It's a trap!
What's going on, Spice Runners? Welcome to another show this Friday night. I am jet lagged, but here in the lounge hanging out with all of our friends. Say hi to everybody tonight.
Hi,
Hello.
everybody.
Hello.
All right, to my left is Jeffs. What's up, Jeffs? How's it going?
Hey, ready to go. Ready to drink.
Next to Jeff, we got Scott Berry.
Hello, everyone.
Below Scott, we got Jason, J2SO.
What's up, everyone?
Our special guests tonight, Benjamin and Robin Bowman.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the show.
It's a lot of fun.
Thanks.
I'm really
Good
excited.
tone down there.
And then another special guest tonight, Joe Hazy. Hazy. Make sure you say it right.
Ozzy.
It all works. What?
Ozzy.
Thanks. Yeah. So thanks for everybody being here tonight. Unfortunately, Michelle couldn't be here. So, everybody pray for her. Hopefully she feels better tonight.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Michelle. Hope you feel better. So,
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Since StreamYard is a little delayed, we'll give people some time to, start getting in. So we'll just start talking about, our week.
See, you guys are like
Hi,
really
Sean.
famous. Yeah, you guys are real famous. See this?
I know everybody knows them.
I love you, Sean.
I think we're officially the only major Star Wars power couple.
Yes.
So
For now.
collecting
For
power
now.
couple.
My
You need to
wife
have-
is getting up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yep. You need to have her on at the same time.
We should.
There you
We need
go.
to do that. I was thinking about that today when I saw her just posting all that stuff on Facebook. I was like, oh man, we need to get the berries on the channel.
Yeah, but she sits back here and she's like, the lighting's horrible. I look horrible. I can't do this. And no, I need to get her. She's at work right now, unfortunately.
Oh, is she?
But yeah. We'll figure something out. I'll get it dialed in for her, and then I know at that point I will be pretty too, and it will be all good.
That's funny.
Then no one will look at you anymore because they'll be looking at your wife. So
Of course.
You're always pretty, Scott.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jeff.
I get lost in Scott's background. That's so pretty.
The
It's
glow.
just a sheet
it looks very Sith.
with a light.
I know,
and
right?
It's real.
At first, I thought it was a green screen.
Nope, it's real.
The magician never reveals, Scott.
No. And then we go quad view. Whoa.
The great Oz.
Yeah,
Great
that makes all of ours look like crap. So I love your background.
And
Well, no,
everybody
I'm
always
sure.
tells you
I'm
that.
sure by next whatever stream that Benjamin and you do, it will be perfect.
it's
You'll
gonna
have
be epic.
the aperture lights and
I
the multiple
need
cameras.
I want to get a new light, so we're kind of making do with some kind of a light source. But yeah,
It works. It looks
if we
good.
start being on more podcasts, this has been a lot of fun. So it's getting addictive. So I might have to get some more video equipment.
Mhm.
Heck yeah. We'll see if we can get you on the hyperdrive. There's a lot of channels.
We've
I'm
been
pretty
watching
sure-
all of them for about the last year and a half. We kind of just decided as the pandemic was getting out there, we're like, instead of watching just a bunch of needless TV show, let's just
Yeah,
we love
we're-
Star Wars. Let's focus on all the Star Wars stuff and get to know everybody and all the shows. And it's been a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
somebody asked us what we're doing besides Star Wars stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything else besides this.
Well, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's more entertaining. A lot of times, it's more informative than anything you could watch on TV.
All right,
So,
and you
yeah.
enjoy it.
Take it, yeah.
And even
Yeah.
when we work from home, so even when we're working from home, we usually are watching one of the movies. I lean towards Rogue One. She likes Rogue One or some of the original trilogy, so we kind of watch those or the making of all the time.
Nice.
I do that too. It's like it'll be later at night. I'm like, I want to watch a movie, and I'll look at Netflix or I'll look at some other things, and then I'll be like, no, I'm gonna watch A New Hope. It's just like it gets in your brain, and you're like, yeah, and I never get bored of it.
I like that. I just found that this last week is the sounds that galaxy of sounds
Yes.
or whatever on Disney. That one's cool. I like that
Yeah.
one.
And the biodomes is also fun.
Biodomes are cool.
So in fact, we should have had it playing in the background. I think it's just the
Yeah,
Apple
no,
TV.
we play something Star Wars. I hate to say it, probably once a day we'll play something because we're here all the time. So
Yeah,
How
so
it
to
goes.
our friends in the chat, try to come up with an idea for the word of the night. We're leaving it up to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner the better.
Yes,
Exactly. Otherwise, this show's going to be too sober.
I know, right?
Fun.
It's gonna be like
high SW 77 flex.
That's
gonna be like
he's right
our
above you,
April
by
Fool's
the way.
one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's Jeff.
Well, everybody has different usenames on here, and it throws me off.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Well,
just use
77.
my name, and it's
Flex
just
is
over.
different.
It's easy.
Well,
Yeah.
we're used to seeing EJ Flex, and I don't know if he's in there, but
Yeah.
I know he's
So that's
usually
Elijah.
watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he changed his name.
I know you have 77 in the title, but everyone has 77 in the title.
Yo, Frankie, where are you?
Bro.
Come hang out.
Come hang out, dude.
Come rage, Mando.
Come raging.
Okay, so here's one suggestion.
Costume.
Costume.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's a good one.
Beer.
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 What was
Yeah,
this
there is
one?
Elijah.
Inflation. No, that's the
No,
wrong
Elijah's
show.
like the luckiest guy on all these giveaways.
Oh.
He won one of those high altitude def panel replicas from EFX on the Collection Wars. He won what the how you say the Halcyon
Halcyon.
lightsaber.
Yeah. Halcyon.
He won that. I think he won some other things too. I lost track. Sorry, Elijah.
I still don't see that. I mean, I get it can be cool for some people. I just don't see the value. Go spend $4,000 to $6,000 for that. It doesn't click with me for that kind of money.
I actually have found, because I've watched like 4 hours of video of people going, and I'm more impressed with the world in Batu than what they've created in the Halcyon.
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's more Star Wars on Batu. We got a lot of great photos. We loved Batu. We need to go back.
Galaxy's Edge like it was a vacation. We took maybe
5,000 photos.
5,000 photos of it.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Well, the thing is, I think the other thing too is that growing up with the original trilogy, sequels were whatever, prequels were fine. I still stick with that. So you recognize something that feels Star Wars. You see it and you're like, this feels Star Wars. And then there's things that don't feel Star Wars. And the hotel thing is like,
It's like
more on
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, it's more on the not feels like Star Wars side, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
But
so
if you
let's-
had the money, you guys would go back to Galaxy's
Batu?
Edge.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would live there if they let me do that. So.
Yeah, we have some friends in Orlando, so hopefully not this year, but whenever one of the next years they do Celebration in Orlando again, I'm hopeful.
Right.
Then we'll go visit, stay with our friend, go
You visit me
to.
too.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Go to
So
Celebration,
we would see
go
anybody
to
that wanted
Batu for
to.
a couple of days before you come home. That'd
Well,
be
if you
fun.
guys ever come out here, we're in California. I'm about an hour and a half away.
Okay,
You could always
Awesome.
go up
I'm,
and hang out with you guys.
that'd be a blast. And if you're ever in Dallas, give us a holler.
Yeah.
Because even if we need to drive up to Dallas, or if you're in Austin, we're 2.5 hours from Austin. We'll drive to go see some friends. So
Oh, that's
let us know.
awesome. That's so cool. I love this community. The best ever.
Oh yeah. Let's
We've
say
had so
hi to
much
our friends
fun.
real quick. Let's see who's in the chat.
We don't have any friends.
Sean Solo. Me. Jeff's.
Lee?
Let's see. Elijah. We said hi to Elijah.
Winner. Chicken dinner.
Jason's in there. Our buddy Nicholas, Rogue One. Rogue One just picked up an
gotta go
XM Studio statue.
Oh yeah.
I think it was the Revan he picked up. Let's see.
He
Jose.
just did
Yeah,
the saber too this afternoon, Evan.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Do back deliveries. What's up, Jason? He's hanging out in the Galaxy's Edge, the West Coast Galaxy's Edge. What's up, Brian Shaw? Says, what's up,
Hello.
Bowman's? Let's see. Keep going down here. Rogue Squad Garage. What's going on?
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then our buddy Frankie.
Frank
He's like, I thought the word was going to be duh.
No. This show
I was-
will be 20 minutes long if you.
I was going to suggest laser, and I thought, man, no, we might say that too often, so better not suggest laser.
Got Felipe.
Hey, Felipe.
Yeah, Marcel. What's up, Marcel?
Marcel.
Oh, hi.
Making
Cool,
the
and I think-
rounds.
Got a couple conversations going on. Scott Berry saying hi to everybody.
I'm here.
All right. So we got thanks everybody for joining us tonight. You know, it's Friday night again. We got the Bowmans here in the house. Active
God it's
501st couple, calling them the Star Wars power couple in the social media groups.
Yeah, I think they win the internets for that, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, so thanks for being here tonight. Let's go around the room and see what's new with everybody. What's the new pickups are? Jeff, what's anything new coming in your cave? I always see new stuff going up.
I rearranged. Yeah.
You rearranged?
I put the.
Oh yeah.
I put the top guys, right? Top statue guys on the top.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That came out good.
Yeah. So I put them with the signature plaques. Moff Gideon came in today. So that one's pretty cool.
How you like the Moff?
I like him. He's cool. The base is amazing.
It's a TIE fighter, right?
Yeah, it's a broken TIE fighter. And the back of it is aged like perfectly. Like it looks all damaged and stuff.
Nice.
And you can kind of see the window in the front. Jeff Rohde he did a review on it, and I'm like, oh, that's it. Sold it. Because the chest lights up and the saber lights up, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's still in my cart. I'm just debating on it.
Yeah, and the sculpt's not bad. I mean, the face sculpt's not bad. So I did that, and then I got a little vintage piece today.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
A little vintage die-cast piece today.
This is a dangerous time for you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It is for sure.
Welcome to a larger world.
Yeah, but those are my pickups this week. So.
Well, it's tough because I love looking at the helmets behind you, but I totally understand why you did it. But the statues look good too. So
yeah. This is this is where those went.
Yeah,
kind of seen that online.
I like that.
Yeah, I love the buckets.
Yeah,
and the lightsabers.
Yeah, lightsabers just look amazing like that.
Yeah, they do.
I put Grievous on the ground too because he was making me nervous. I got to get some pegs, like some stands for the sides of that. But yeah, they're all there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
well, you don't have to do pegs. I mean, actually, just do an L bracket, Jeff.
Yeah.
That because it's low enough on the floor, you won't notice it. And if you got that thing screwed into the wall, and it's not going anywhere.
It is screwed into the wall. So I went to put these guys on the shelves, and the Revan statue is incredibly heavy. Like it's the heaviest statue I think I've ever found in my life. I mean, the thing was wicked scary, and that doesn't even have Malik on it yet either. I was like, way too heavy. I'm like, I don't trust it.
Not gonna happen.
So, and I see your Gamorrean maquette back there.
Yep. Yeah. I got there's the Atticus.
Oh yeah.
Blow you up.
Yeah, the Atticus is actually really cool. So
Atticus looks good, man.
Yeah.
Is that the Regal robot on the left?
Yeah, Regal robot, Atticus. The Atticus one is really cool. It's really old, but the like the way they did the fur on it, it's all sculpted. It's like all like regular sculpt. It's not anything like soft material or anything.
Does it have the boots with the fur?
Boots with the fur.
No.
Can go low.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
These are my pickups. So, but yeah, rearranging still. Rearranging.
Nice.
Nice.
What's new with you, Scott?
My wife. No, last night she was in here. She was taking some pictures of stuff, and she's like, "I don't have a lightsaber," and I'm like, "Okay, I can see where this is going. Which one do you want?" You know, so that's the new thing right now. Is showing her the Princess Leia lightsaber. It's like, I like that. So that's probably the next thing she'll probably wind up with is a lightsaber. But she's been doing a lot of the Lego stuff. If you've been seeing any of that, loving that. Ordered a couple more, I think, last night. I think she did Bo-Katan's ship, and there's a small Death Star run, trench run. They're small. It's not that big, but it's really, really cool. So she's excited about that one coming in. I've gotten, and I didn't bring anything up because bad Scott. I'm an idiot. But we wound up getting the story that I was telling last week about the Makari experience, which was so awesome. What I wound up with was the Boba Fett bust that Jeff's has and Evan has. And it came with a resin cast of the blaster, the EE3. It also came with a film cell for Empire Strikes Back. So it's not that big. It's like 12 by 12, but it's got all the little film cells around it. So that came as one package for an incredible price. Great experience. The guy was absolutely awesome. And then I got a Rex helmet. It's a cheaper one. It looks more like it's definitely cast, but it's like if you were to
cast.
Yeah, if you were to carve it into wood or something, this is probably how it would look. But it looks really good in the room. It looks a little bit different than the other helmets, but it is a good piece for $149.
Oh yeah,
20 plenty happy with it.
So real quick, Scott,
then I got what?
I'm gonna make the call real quick, and the word is gonna be costume for tonight.
Costume.
So to kick it off, that helmet that you bought, was it a costume piece?
Yes.
There you go. Cheers, everybody.
So that piece was cool, and then I did get another AT-AT because of my AT-AT fetish, and I think I've been able to complete 2 of them now, which is what I wanted to do. And then I got a bunch of these little helmets from the Jeffs. Thank you, Jeff, for that.
Scaled helmets.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He showed him. He's like, yeah, I want to get rid of these. I'm like, okay, which ones? Which one? I want this one, this one, this one. I show my wife. She's like, I want the pink Vader. Okay, add the pink Vader.
Oh, that's where you got those from. Okay, cool.
So they came from Jeff. So that was awesome. And there's some other little things that are happening that I can't think of right now. But yeah, it was kind of like we went a little nuts for the past week. She wound up with a bonus. I got a bonus and cashed out some vacation time. And then I just got another bonus today. Yep. So it's been very good. Life is
nice.
Awesome.
Who needs vacations?
Is that a new sign down there? Did you have that before?
Yeah, I've had it. I just didn't have it lit.
Oh, nice.
So that's on Amazon. I think it's like $29.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
Cool. Thanks, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to buy some of the bases to tinker around with some stuff to put on top of them. Because you can get those like the bases that you just put acrylic in the top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. So. That's cool. Jason, anything new with you this week?
I got a few things. I finally, after months of waiting, I don't have it framed up. I got the Rogue One poster.
So
nice.
Sean Solo says that thing glows in the dark.
In like a black light, it'll glow. It's like the special inks in some of it. So I ordered it I think the blasting glows and like the fire and Krennic or something. Because I have his Empire Strikes Back one, and like Empire and Rogue One are my top favorites. So I was like, I need this. I ordered it in October. I finally got it like this past Tuesday. And then work's been crazy, so I haven't even been able to frame it. It's like in a tube still, unfortunately.
How long did you have to wait for that, Jason?
6 months.
Yeah.
They just kept pushing. And I've ordered like 3 other things from them. Like I got that other Krennic print. And they shipped it out like a week later. I'm like, all right, where's my Rogue One print though? That'd be nice. But,
is that bottleneck?
Yeah, bottleneck.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sold out quick. There's like a black and gray variant also that was super cool, but I was like, oh, that's gonna go so quick. So I got that. I've been working on another project. I grabbed this guy that was cheap. So one of my favorite artists of all time is this emo rap guy, Lil Peep. He passed away like in 2017. So anyways, I'm doing this Darth Peep with his tattoos on it. I got some things of his tattoos. So I'm still working on it. I have to gloss the eyes and stuff and add some on the back. But
wow,
so this
cool.
is just a cheap helmet I had in storage. So
is that a costume helmet?
Yeah.
It's a costume one. All right.
Yeah, it's just a cheap one, but so that's my project. And then Marketplace, I showed you guys.
Frankie said that helmet is dope.
Yep.
Found this.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing that.
$30 on Marketplace. It's
SOB.
Cool.
No, that's not the oldest vintage one, is it? Or is that the reissue?
It's a 2014.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just bored Thursday night, and I was on Facebook, and
no, that's
guy,
awesome.
like a mile from me had this for $30, and I was like,
done.
Oh,
so it's missing the radar dish, but
I can find that.
Scott has one that.
What? Nice.
It's
the edition from the end of Return of the Jedi. So it's supposed to be missing.
Yeah.
I
need to make
nice.
I actually make the Force Awakens edition with the square set.
No.
All of a sudden, he's being blocked.
Yeah. Jason who? We don't know you.
J2S blocked. No.
So I've got that same Falcon that I've dumped a lot of money into having the Shapeways parts because the sides are just stickers to have it all done. I've got all that, but I've got the radar. And when you said, I noticed that yours was missing, I'm like, it's going to make me order the radar. So I ordered that last night. So I'll be able to send
I
you
could
the
probably
other.
print that for you.
Damn it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I still have my original Falcon, so we have all of our vintage stuff still.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
When in doubt, go to Joel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd be like, man, I was in a car accident. I lost my leg. I could print that for
I
you.
can print that for you. What scale would you like that in,
Yeah.
Scott?
Exactly.
You want to grow an
Would you
extra
like a
inch or
little bit
two?
taller? Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Jason, for sharing. The Bowmans. Anything new with you guys this week?
A grown-up purchase. It's not Star Wars, but I had to be smart. This week we're ordering a new camera. So
Cool.
nothing new Star Wars, but it'll take photos of awesome Star Wars stuff.
Right.
Heck yeah.
That's exciting still. New
It's
gear
It's
is always
exciting for
awesome.
us.
Yeah.
It's exciting for us. Even Robin is excited.
Yeah.
That's
Well, yeah,
an exciting
exactly.
face.
We have one camera right now, so I'll get to go back to carrying one myself. So
Nice.
Yeah. So next will be the second camera, and you got two cameras, and then you wind up with a switcher that goes by audio. So when Robin talks, you see her, and when you talk, Benjamin,
I'd like to do a second camera on a rig with a top down and a switcher, so that
There
we
you go.
could.
It'd be kind of like this. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
we promised we wouldn't do it on here, but in real life we talk over each other. It's whoever's loudest and fastest. So yeah, that
get
wouldn't
it.
go well. So
It's usually
That's
the way it
awesome.
works on here too, so that's okay.
Yeah.
No.
Jeff's just talky.
Yeah.
Cool. No, thanks. And thanks for being on the show tonight.
Mhm.
And
That was a lot of
Joe,
fun.
Joe Hazy, guys. Hazy.
Z.
Z.
Hazy. Anything new with you?
Yeah, so I haven't even had a chance to open it yet, but I picked up the
Oh.
I got him.
Oops, sorry.
toys.
Oh, nice. A 2-pack.
When did you order that, Joel?
Oh my gosh!
Long time ago.
Whenever it came out,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I paid for it like a month ago, and then they finally shipped it.
Yeah. What's up with that with
I don't
Sideshow? It's like they'll bill you, and then you got to wait 2 weeks.
Oh, I like that. That's
and then
cool.
I'm gonna make the whole scene.
Of course.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got FX7 done so far, and I've got 2-1B.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
All right, let's kick Joel off the show.
That's it, Joel. You're done.
And then what resin are you using for the clear, like the torso and neck?
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, I was just goofing around with this one.
Oh wow.
Ask again, Benjamin.
No, I was just
Joe.
wondering. I was just wondering what resin you're using for the clear parts,
Oh, clear
for
resin.
for the torso and neck.
Just clear resin.
Okay.
That's cool.
A Legu.
Okay. We've been playing around with the tenacious and the different, like the clear, so I didn't know what you're using.
I did another one with Tenacious, and it was a pain in the ass.
Okay.
I lost a lot of prints with it, but it worked. Yeah, I just used the Legu clear resin.
Okay.
If Joel says it's a pain in the ass, I trust it because
Yeah.
he's like, I just do that in like an hour.
He's just a magician. Yeah. And Joel did knock something out in an hour today. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it'll be a giveaway.
Look at that.
Week way.
Wow.
Nice.
Very cool.
And I signed the bottom.
Dude.
Nice.
It was worth $50, but now with Joel's signature, it's $3,000.
It'll be worth nothing.
And it's funny. They saw Joel on here and they're like, "Oh, look, giveaway time."
Right?
No, but thanks for being here tonight, Joe. Appreciate
Joel,
your
will
time.
you,
Yeah.
Joel, will you show your hot scene real quick again?
My which one?
Your speeder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Damn.
It's a
I love
Darkfire
the-
Designs Legion size, and I just blew it up, and then I put the Luke and I modified it. I put the seatbelt
I
in.
love
Poor
the dead
Dax.
Dax in it. That is perfect.
The dead Dax. Yeah. Dead Dax.
Oh yeah,
I
that
might
looks
need you to
good.
put the front on the base. And
Yeah, Joel, did you do that for somebody, or did you just whip it out for yourself?
I just whipped it out for me.
That's what she said.
Where's Michelle at?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's what Michelle said.
That's awesome. I like that one. That looks cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like to blow them up to the army man size. They're a little easier to paint. Now that I'm a little older.
That'll look cool with like an ad in the background. So,
Yeah, actually, the size of like Scott's AT-ATs, those the legacy ones, I think they're called.
I love Imperial armor, so yeah, I'm really excited. I want an AT-AT and a Scout Walker and everything I can in gray.
Joel the enabler.
Elijah's
Get it, Scott.
like,
It fits right in with your stuff.
Right.
Elijah's like, you already have my address. Yeah, that was another thing he wanted. Something from from Joel.
Oh,
He did get something from Joel. He's got it down.
So I got a couple of things. I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
You wouldn't want my life to get.
nah, that's not the
I
right.
think most of you saw this stuff on Instagram, but if you didn't, it's okay. So Joe made this for me.
Oh yes.
That's my first diorama I ever made.
This is fantastic,
Dude,
dude.
it was awesome. You sent me photos of that in Messenger. It was like, wow.
Yeah, I saw the box and I was like, oh my god, this thing is huge.
That's what she said.
Really well.
Yeah, the picture doesn't do it justice, but he also repainted this Gamoran guard for me because it like fell, and you can't even tell. It looks perfect. It looks better than what Sideshow did.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good job, man. And it's just a shot I took with the Gammy in there.
I like the
little rat
droid.
come out okay?
Yeah, the droid's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good, man. Like, yeah, everything came out good, Joe.
And like the stuff dripping out of the
Yeah.
on the side on the left.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah. What'd you use for that? Like just
E6000 glue, and then
E6000.
a little bit of like a shade, earth shade.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah, this thing is like well done, man. I took it out. I was like, holy crap, this thing is awesome.
that's
Like I had Joe stressing because I was on a business trip, and he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "Did you like the thing?" And I was like, "No, I'm not home yet."
That's cool.
And then, I got this from Cybercraft. I can't believe you sold this, Jeff. This thing is dope, dude.
I got it. It's on my chair. I got it.
Oh, is it?
It doesn't fit me. My big head doesn't fit.
Yours doesn't expand?
No, mine not.
Mine does.
Wait a minute.
Mine
How does it
expands.
expand?
You guys talking the helmet or the head?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I got
This is the next thing that I want.
Yeah.
the acrylic
Yeah,
case or the
same here.
stand.
Well, no, I want the
Thermal
Roman
thermal
props?
detonator. Yeah,
Yeah, Roman props, man. It's awesome.
yeah.
Cool.
That's
Like
the next
that,
thing we're getting.
Yeah, I bought this stand before I bought off of your store.
No, that's fine.
And then I was like, because I was like trying to like put everything on stands, and
No,
that's
it
how I
looks
ended
great.
up on your store because nobody else had the microscope one.
The funny thing is, actually, I designed a really cool stand like 4 months ago, and I'm just waiting until I buy the thermal detonator to take photos of it. So that's my excuse to get it. But that's why I want that thermal detonator.
All right, Benjamin. So you're going to go with the weathered one or the chrome one?
I don't know if I want it weathered, but I might rather weather it myself.
Got it.
So I also got this, Scott. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Who?
Now is that the expensive one from Japan?
Oh, you
or-
got it. Oh,
yes,
shit.
costs a lot of money.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm gonna.
I saw it for
need
$200, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm grabbing it."
200.
usually like
Nothing. That's
270,
like
right?
500.
Yeah.
Oh, are they that much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I want pictures from the Falcon.
Yeah, I'll send you some pictures. Yep.
That would be awesome.
And then, of course, I got a care package from the Bowmans, which I'm a unbox here in
I
a
would have
few.
put even more in there, but I didn't have time to get it to you in time for the show. So
Do you want me to unbox it now, or do you want to wait until
if you
we?
want.
Okay, cool. So I'll start with this.
Okay, so that's not Star Wars, obviously, but
That's the only thing in there that's not. So,
It's a parachute.
yeah.
no,
No,
it's
just kidding.
ear saver because I was on a volunteer fire department, and my brother was a firefighter, so it keeps the strap off the back of your ear. So it's made out of laser cut neoprene coated Kevlar. It's one of the materials I work with a lot on the laser. So I had one of those, and I thought I'll throw that in with the box. Everything else is Star Wars, so don't be disappointed.
Oh, that thing is dope, man.
So you said you were traveling, so that's why I put one in there in case for the flights and things. So that is, I had some dies made, brass custom dies that said Boscar made in Texas. And then I thought, since I'm into all the Star Wars stuff, I'm like, I'll have some optional dies made that say Boscar in English and Arabic. So I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that's nice. And then there's some coasters in here.
So that is a blue. It says Blue Squadron at the top. The middle says Scarif. The V on the left stands for victory, and at the bottom it says victory sacrifice.
That's really cool.
It's my commemorative for the loss of Blue Squadron at Scarif.
Oh, so these come in a set?
No, I threw in some in black and some in brown. So I just kind of threw in whatever I had, some different things.
This is leather, right?
It's not just leather, it's actually Horween leather. So it is the oldest leather tannery in the United States. It's really good leather.
Oh my God, it feels good.
They've been constantly in production since 17. So a little over 100 years now.
So basically what you're saying, Benjamin, is that the materials you use are top notch.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. We have also a bad habit of, we didn't just buy a roll of leather, we had 2 pallets of it delivered.
Yeah, I bought 900 square feet of leather, all Horween. So I have a lot of leather, so I'll have spares. So that is a different material. I don't know if you guys know, like the inflatable boats called Zodiacs.
Oh yeah.
So that is basically what this is. Those were made by 3M out of a material called Hypalon, which is like a polyester. They stopped making that. So this is now made by a company out of Sweden called Trelleborg. And this is the same material, but instead of polyester, that is neoprene coated Kevlar. So it's very expensive.
Wow.
It's in 2 thicknesses and like 6 colors.
Will it take a bullet or a shark attack?
No, but it is really, really awesome. So I thought that was funny. So that says, hello, my name is, and it says TK.
Oh,
and
awesome.
They're iron-on patches. So I thought that was funny because all the TKs look the same. So I do them in English and I do them in Arabic, but I like the Arabic ones better. So you can use a magic marker to write your TK number on them.
The belt we talked about, huh?
Okay, so I was telling you about a belt that we use that is awesome. That is made by Philoprops.
Smells so good.
That is not actually Horween leather, but it's a really good leather. It's so that there's a number of different steps involved doing that. So the edge has like 6 different steps. Now I skived it with a French skiver right where you have your hand. So see where it creases really well. And that's in the exact spot where it needs to fold for the Philoprops buckle that you ordered.
Okay.
Who makes really good buckles in Italy. He's on Etsy. Amazing work. We got 4 buckles. So if you've seen all of our 501st costumes, they're all...
Oh, damn it. Drink time.
Philoprop buckle. Yep. So
it's costume.
Yes.
Another one.
Another one. Hey, drinking.
So the end of them is all treated, and it does have the it's skived. It has an edge crease, so it actually meets the level 3 501st CRL for the highest level of screen accuracy.
Wow.
So that one is for what Robin and I's costumes are, which is the non-saga. So it'd be Mandalorian, Solo, and Rogue One. And then I have out of Horween leather the belt, which I'll show you in a second on my screen, which is out of Horween leather, which is it meets the A New Hope version.
All right, so I'm gonna send these to Michelle since she's sick.
Okay, yeah, I thought that was funny.
Oh, those are. Oh, my wife would love those.
I'll have
those
extras.
Awesome.
We'll send some.
So far, only like 6 people have them. 2 of them are actresses from Star Wars. Whenever we go to 501st events that they have Star Wars actors or actresses, I'll bring like coasters for the guys, and for the girls, I'll bring.
I like that it's on the plans too. That's cool.
So, and there's an interesting story behind the plans.
Clever.
there's some things that no one has done right on the plans, so I kind of fixed some things off of a 60 gigabyte rip in 4K, and there's only 2 frames out of Rogue One where you can see it, and everything is exact. So I did a screenshot with perspective correction in Photoshop, then imported it into Illustrator and did a flat 2D vector overlay to get it exact. So that
This is nice.
I like
that
how
is
Evan put it
Horween
up to
leather.
his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Evan's
that is
gonna
Horween
wear
leather.
that later.
So it's pretty common for people to have like a mat, either for like their wallet, keys, or for like a gun cleaning disassembly mat. And I thought that was cool for lightsabers.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
So I make them have a number of different leathers, but I haven't shared it with anyone. So now you have one.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
And the radius of the corner, the large round radius is actually, I do all of them using my challenge coin. That's my 501st challenge coin. So it's just kind of a fun nod.
He did it. He did those. He explained it to me because I wasn't really sure what he was thinking about it. That it's off of like a gun cleaning mat, but for lightsaber. I'm like, well, what would you do with that? And he said, you know, you drop your keys and your watch at the end of the day, like maybe on your nightstand or just kind of around the house.
Yeah, this thing is awesome.
It's really, really like buttery smooth, but I have others that are waxy leathers. So depending on the different types you like, people who know Horween leather are like, I have boots in Horween leather. I have watch straps in Horween leather. There's people that go crazy and actually look specifically for things made only exclusively out of Horween. So there's quite a big following, but it's awesome stuff.
It smells so good. The quality, it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, like
I
we
feel
were
like I'm
talking,
back in Texas.
it's obvious that you use amazing materials for your stuff. You're getting high quality.
It's the kind of stuff that I want. And,
Well, he can't say that I'm expensive now because every time you want something, it's like $1,000.
Yep.
That's how that works.
Expensive.
And
Yeah,
since
all this
Michelle's
stuff
not
is-
here, Robin, you got to take that spot. So when it comes up, you've got to say it.
Yeah, although that's what she said. So it's gonna, it'll happen now.
I'll make sure I send some more stuff to you guys too. So
Oh,
you know,
wow.
Awesome. No, appreciate it. Appreciate that. yeah.
I'm already thinking of different things that each of you need, like behind you, Jeff, the backs of those bestas or the cubes. So we have all of our bestas back here, but I was just thinking that one of the things I can laser are inserts. So my bed, I can only laser things that are
18 by
18 by
23.
24.
One
think
second,
it's
guys. I got someone coming in.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
Hello.
What's up?
See, I was thinking for
Hyperdrive in
Jeff
the
and
house.
myself, yarmulkes, because we're going bald.
Yeah,
But
little thing there, little leather dome. No, so it's funny you say that, Benjamin. So I'm actually looking for a Rancor backing right now too.
Rancor.
So some backings for that. But
Okay, I'll have to show you. I'm gonna grab something that I haven't shared with
Alrighty.
anyone yet.
He's leaving me, so.
So you got to talk.
Robin's
All
like,
right,
oh
so
no.
Oh yeah.
What's up?
the
We
show
got
has been
hyperdrive in
turned
the
over
house.
Yeah.
Full house.
What's
the other
up,
channel
Frankie?
must have finished up.
What's up, Scott? How you doing, brother?
Good. How are you? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Nice. Is that an outer rim?
All right.
No, it's that rum or the tequila I got from Mexico.
Oh, that stuff looks good,
wow.
man.
Nice.
Yeah, for those joining in the chat and hear Frankie, the word of the night is costume. Oops,
Costume?
I already said it.
All right. So it's not the.
No, because the show would have been over in 10 minutes. Yeah.
I wanted to push that. Yeah. So I got a new beer for tonight, and I think I might have to switch to Guinness after the first beer because it's an 8% beer. So that's why I was worried that it would be and it would be.
It gets a little bit funnier than that, because I quit drinking a couple months ago for my anxiety, but he's cut back because of that. So he had an 8% beer the other night, and kind of knocked him over a little bit.
I hadn't eaten in like 6 hours.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to maybe
used to
switch to
having
Guinness
whatever
with
and now-
Scott.
Yeah,
There
well,
you
it's like
go.
I'm drinking an energy drink, and then
Okay.
after that, I've got decaf coffee. So I've got an upper and a downer.
What are you
I've
drinking,
had all
Scott?
the coffee.
Is that for your OnlyFans page? Bang.
Bang.
Dang. Well, the reason why is that it's got no sugar, no carbs. It's all perfect.
Well, if it's on your OnlyFans page, it's probably plenty of sugar.
You know, my wife. Hey, man, if I could do it, I would do it. Some of those people are making like 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
So Evan, when you make it back to DFW next time, I decided to have a Manhattan Project beer, which if it focuses, it's probably focusing on Robin. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
The camera likes Robin over me. So
I think it's the beard, man. It just
Yeah.
prefers non-beard.
Manhattan Project is really, really good, and all of their beers are named after different atomic,
Something.
you know,
All the different
parts
projects?
different projects. So they have like Oppenheimer, Half-Life, Double Half-Life,
Oh, nice.
Flying Fortress, but it's a Dallas brewery, and they don't make bad beer, you know, unlike some of the ones that kind of come out with like weird flavors. So really, really good stuff. So
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, you could totally come out with the Bad Batch beer.
That would be
That'd
so
be cool.
yeah, they have one called Bikini Atoll, which is awesome, and yeah, they have all kinds of really good ones.
Yeah. And then you take it to the next level for Michael from Collection Wars, and you call it the Badass beer.
Oh, the badass.
See?
Exclusive only at, what's the name of his pizza place?
I forget
Yeah.
what he's calling
I
it.
forget what he called it. Yeah.
I forgot to.
Dark Side, Sid, something like that.
Yeah,
Dark
I think
Side
it's like
Cafe.
Dark Side, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so we've been online for a little over 40 minutes. So let's talk to Benjamin and Robin. Try to get get to
that's no
know them,
problem.
what they're doing.
And we're having a blast.
So what's your guys' like background? What got you guys into Star Wars, and what got you guys into the 501st too?
Okay, so funny thing is, my family have been to opening day of every Star Wars movie. So
Every single one.
every single one. Now, I was born in 81, so I didn't start technically until Return of the Jedi. My older brother was there for 76, so he was actually an infant for the other movies. So we've always been really big into Star Wars. We still have all of our vintage Star Wars stuff from when I was a kid. And my parents' background, they have always done antiques, and they still have a really, really big antique mall. So when we were kids, even at like 5 or 6 years old, I would go along with my own money and go on buying trips with them, and to giant outdoor flea markets. And I would go and steal all the good deals because I would be a little kid with his own little pocket full of money to pick up Star Wars figures. And what they didn't know is I had my own booth and my own showcase in the mall, and I would flip the ones I didn't need to buy the ones that I needed. And yeah, we have still a lot of Star Wars. So I need to go through it all and start posting some photos. I just started going through the vintage stuff.
Yeah, I see that Brian wants to give a shout out for our costumes. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice. Cheers.
Thank you. So I've always wanted to be in the 501st, and it just kept kind of getting put in the back burner. It's like, oh, I love the 501st. I love the guys. We'd be at like Galaxy's Edge at like Disney World, and we'd see the guys in the 501st, jerseys. I'd go up and talk to them, or we'd go to events where they were 501st. And I just would always tell them, I was like, no, I'm working on it. It's something I need to do. And I just kind of realized, it's like, wait a minute, why aren't I already doing it? So I started 3D printing a Shore Trooper. It would just take a little longer because I think you already can tell I'm a very, very particular person and accuracy. So instead of delaying my wife for our 10th anniversary, 11th anniversary, she decided to go ahead and order me an RS Prop Masters
I don't
Scout
remember
full
which
commission.
Which one it was.
So that way I went ahead and got it, and I started trooping as soon as it got here. And then
Did she secretly measure you and you didn't realize you were being measured?
No,
I have
we talked about it.
I have a photo of Rob from RS like sending a picture of like, this is where the tape measure goes, and like he like emailed it to me. He's like, this is how you do it. So it was pretty funny.
So when he was talking in his sleep about Star Wars, you were measuring them.
Yes.
No, he knew about it. The short trooper, it's still taking too long, but he wanted to be a stormtrooper before turning 40, which we pretty much did that. So.
Nice.
That's
And then we
awesome.
decided afterwards she had started going along as technically a handler or my +1, and she would carry the camera and get really good photos for us and anyone that wanted to troop with us. So when she started liking it, she decided she wanted to get a costume, and we're still working on an armored costume for maybe a Bo-Katan or
a couple times,
an ICAT. But in the meantime, we decided to both get our Imperial officers' costumes. So
you guys need a drink too.
Yeah, I know.
I picked a bad time to quit because now I'm like so nervous.
You can drink water or Gatorade.
Anything.
Yeah.
Water.
You have to hit this.
So,
oh my god,
the photos that you guys post. So a lot of these Robin has taken. Is what you're saying,
lot of the ones where I'm in
Okay,
costume, she has taken. Some of them here in the studio, we do a tripod and a timer or a wireless remote.
Yeah.
I was trying to give you I was interrupting to give a compliment. Now he runs all my photos through Lightroom. He photoshops, like if I've got spots all over my face, like I appreciate that. But him and his stormtrooper buddies, like because I haven't been approved and done an event, I will follow them around and they get as many photos as they want. So
they look great. The photos look amazing.
Thank you.
You see that stuff and you're like, oh yeah, it's you guys. You know, it's
it looks professional grade. Yeah.
Very.
Now there's a couple of our friends that are in that are 501st members in Germany that give us a run for our money. They always get amazing photos. But yeah, we try, and I need to get into it and spend more time. It's just we've only been trooping actually for a year and in the middle of lockdown, so I haven't had that many opportunities to take more photos.
Yeah, I got approved, but I haven't. There was a Star Wars Symphony night. It got canceled, so we're just waiting.
That comment is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
was already out. I had to go get another.
It's my fault, or
no? He was just he was just saying that man, he's trying to get everybody passed out quick. Because it was
funny.
like 4 in a row or something.
I'm sorry.
No, that's what makes this fun, right?
I got him a cooler out. Like
I have a cooler
ready.
with my beer within reach. So
that's awesome.
Jeff, so we were talking about something. I haven't showed this to anyone, but as a photographer, there's something called a cuculorus. I know you don't know what that is, but it's a gobo. So they go between the source of light, and it creates patterns to either simulate like a modeled sunlight, like light coming through the trees. So this would be a standard, like a typical cuculorus. So this is something I lasered.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Hold on.
So
that's cool.
So that's one I created
Scott.
because usually to buy these, one this size is about $75 to $125.
Wow.
But the real cool thing is you can't buy cuculorus that look like this.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So I'd actually already created it for this, and that's when it was funny. And I was like, you know what? If the design is already done, I need to do coasters. And that's why I started making it out of the Kevlar for the coasters.
Yeah, it happened in reverse. We did that one first and then made it tiny.
But yeah, so when I saw that in the background, I was thinking, man, I didn't even think about it, but I could laser cut acrylic, white cast acrylic, and then this as a resist in front.
Yes.
I want to behind that first one you showed. That would be cool behind that Rancor.
Yeah, you could layer something and have the same.
Yeah.
And I have a vinyl cutter, which I haven't started using, but I want to be able to also start doing vinyl cut designs that I can stick onto, directly onto like white cast acrylic or something.
I want him to use the design on acrylic and put an LED under it, like little tables light.
Well, you could put that first panel behind, like you were saying, put a little bit of a standoff behind it and put the light behind that.
Yeah.
And that's something else I'm working on. And that's the problem. Everything I'm looking at is expensive, but I also want to do the standoffs like they use for signage on like really expensive like museums and things, the walls. Yep. Yeah. So
yeah, we have the Kimball Art Museum in Fort Worth, and it has full of stuff like that. And we're always like, man, our house would be so
and there's also some, I can't find any that are really high quality, but they also make some that actually have LEDs that emit. So if you wanted to use it on acrylic, The posts themselves are wired and lit, so it then lights whatever is engraved into the acrylic that you have as a standoff. So.
Yeah, I'm excited now. Let's talk about that first panel when we get off.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine.
The designs for stuff are already done. He just can put it, either engrave it or cut it out of different things.
I tend to. My problem is I'm very creative, but my mind goes so far every different direction. I think I stayed up till like 4:00 last night just watching YouTube videos on like all these, anything new that I want to know how to do and don't already, or looking for new materials or looking for new projects, because I'll find something for signage that is really interesting that it's like, oh my gosh, I could apply that to something Star Wars or something for the house or something I'm working on.
It's nice because he can apply it and do something business and just pay the bills, and we get to stay home together all the time. Yeah. But also, as we're getting into like the room building group and trying to fill the house with as much as possible, it helps.
I think a lot of Star Wars, I think that's why it draws everybody too, is like a lot of Star Wars people are creative, right? They kind of always mind going and thinking about things, either displaying things or building something. Or...
When I was young, more so than the movies themselves, we had the VHS of the original trilogy, and it included the box set was From Star Wars to Jedi, voiced by Mark Hamill. And I would watch that, almost every day. Nice. So the whole behind the scenes thing, we watch all of the behind the scenes stuff all the time. I keep all of them while we're working.
That's how I got. He has a joke about how I got into Star Wars, but how I really ended up doing anything with it was watching the making of, because I didn't grow up with it. I grew up with the prequels.
So I have to tell her your embarrassing story.
Yeah.
We had been married for a year, and then you're newlyweds and just kind of getting business and house and everything you need. So Star Wars, we were just too busy. We've been married almost 12 years, so to give you an idea. But
happy anniversary.
Yeah. So we had been married for about a year, and something had come up. She'd always said, oh yeah, I've watched Star Wars and I know the movies, because she always knew it was important to us, but there wasn't a lot of new content at the time. We were having a conversation. I mentioned something about Han Solo, and she said, now which one is he? And the look on my face, I was like, wait a minute.
Who are you? I don't know you.
The scruffy nerf herder.
I said, you said you've seen Star Wars. And she said, well, I have. I've seen one of them. And I was like,
the one with Jar Jar.
Heavy breathing. I was like, which one? And she said, it had Jar Jar.
He was straight up angry. He's like, stop everything.
So she had seen one movie, and it wasn't the good one. So since then, we've gone gung-ho, and especially over the last 5 years, it's unstoppable.
The last trip we took before staying at home was Galaxy's Edge, and we just loved it. And over the last 7 years, all the movies coming out, but also we kind of needed a hobby besides, we couldn't be just cooking and doing things all the time. But by the time we were staying at home, we just wanted to fill the house with props and have it everywhere.
Nice.
Isn't that our drinking word, props? Oh, no, sorry. That's
wrong.
Wrong episode.
But this is for you, Jeff.
Costumes.
Yeah! Oh, damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Props is a dangerous word.
Yeah.
So there was a question in the chat asking what your favorite movie is and your favorite character.
Favorite movie is definitely Rogue One, and I don't know if it counts as a character, but my absolute favorite is the Shore Trooper.
Nice.
So the Shore Troopers are the most awesome stormtroopers ever.
Agreed.
I used to always love the Biker Scout when I was a kid, and I still love them. So that's why I was working on a Shore Trooper costume. It's a lot more involved, especially to the level that I want. So when I got the Biker Scout, I kind of had to put the Shore Trooper project on back burner just because I'm trying to get so many different things going with the laser business and all the different things I'm working on and trying to learn, and I'm learning to weld, and there's just so many different things.
There's a trade between making something yourself and working and just buying it, because you can go back and forth.
Well, there's two things on that. You could buy something and go, oh, this is good, and if you work on it, you know where all the imperfections are, and you're like, it's good, but... So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, especially if you're a perfectionist, which I'm kind of getting the sense of with Benjamin. Yeah.
So to give you an idea, like the Shore Trooper, I was getting into some problems with some of the larger pieces. So I'm trying to print them in one piece because I bought at the beginning of the pandemic, we got the Creality CR10 Max, the giant Creality printer, and I can print the chess piece for the Shore Trooper in one print, and that is a 14-day print for the level that I had it set to 0.12 on the layer height, and it was just, that came out great. But then I kind of got just a little bit frustrated. I'd been spending so much time on the 3D printer. It becomes a life, it takes your whole life away. And I'd had a number of failed prints on like the back plate, and it's already like a 2-week long print. And by the time I got at the top, I need to get back into it. But now that I have the Biker Scout,
I think what I wanted people to know, because I'm not creative, I don't make stuff, but I'm supportive. And when he wanted, before the pandemic, to be a Shore Trooper, I asked for the 2 printers, even though they were expensive. And then when that took too long, I got the Scout. I bought the Scout.
And then now we both have Imperial Officer costumes.
Yeah, I don't have cool stuff to make, but
yeah.
So when you had those failed prints, Robin, what were the words that Ben used when it was failed prints?
Oh no, my costume! My costume! Yeah.
Oh, my costume.
Are these FDM printers or SLA?
FDM. So I have one of each. We also have, I didn't get like the $3,000 resin printer. We got the, it was like, what, $800 for a resin printer. It's not as big, but it's the Anycubic Photon Mono X.
The Mono X, yeah.
Yeah,
I got the Mega 8K.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was trying to decide if I wanted to try and save up for like the Frozen, whatever the giant one, but I was like, I don't really want to spend 3,000. Yeah. Oh, you have that?
Yeah, but I got it when they did their little promo, so mine was only 1,700.
I really, really wanted it. You weren't here earlier. So the laser that we bought was really expensive. So I was still paying off the laser. So I had to kind of factor that in. And then we were kind of explaining earlier, the beginning of the pandemic was when Canon finally, I'm a photographer, by the way, by profession. So Canon finally got into the mirrorless market. So I had to upgrade multiple cameras that were professional DSLRs, sell all my glass, and buy all new glass and get new mirrorless cameras. And then we also upgrade all of our studio lights from older pro photo gear to newer pro photo gear. It was just an expensive year.
Yeah.
All the transitions for us.
Nice thing is, because of what we do, we can use it all the time. I mean,
Right.
I carry a camera since I wasn't costume approved until recently. I carried a camera at all the Comic Cons and stuff.
I did actually, when I got my first taste of podcasting, and it was a lot of fun. Our friends in Orlando, Connor, has a podcast called ConCon's Cantina, and it's a Star Wars podcast, and one of their main hosts had an injury, so he had me on to help him fill some content, and we did a 2 episodes on kind of an intro to 3D printing and an introduction and explanation of the 501st. So I can send a link to you guys if you want it. It was kind of a fun foray for me into the podcasting. And then since then I've been hooked, but it's been like 9 months since I've been on a show. So we're so excited.
That was a funny one because everything went wrong. None of it showed up on the camera, though. We had a new roof put on, and people were slamming doors and coming in and out, and they
were repairing the roof for
incredible.
The episode. But it worked.
It was incredible that none of it translated into his microphone, and I was like, I am dead when this is over because I had to let people in. It was
first episode. I was using the camera built into the monitor, and then the second episode, and the same as tonight, we're using the one of the new Canon mirrorless cameras, which is a lot better. The only thing now is I do need to upgrade the video light. So
yeah, but it looks good. You guys are
good. It looks good.
So looks good, yeah.
Evans looks really good. So
because
Scott. So it's like so You got me jealous.
Little jelly.
Yeah. If you send me the podcast information, I'll put it in the description so
Okay,
it'll
cool.
go along with the show. Like people can track it.
So going through the background of like a lot of the stuff, and maybe I missed this. I had to emergency, but you've got an Etsy store, and some stuff is there, other stuff is coming in the future. Can you tell us about your Etsy store?
So let me bring that up real quick too while you're doing that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good transition, Scott.
So I actually bought a laser. It was a $20,000 laser kind of just before COVID started to start for a Kickstarter. And of course, COVID changed things.
Oh, yeah.
So while I was learning to use Illustrator, the software for 2D design, I kind of was doing Star Wars things for myself, and I also created some different like face mask straps, and I shared some files online, and people started making face mask ear savers for first responders all over the world. I don't know how many used my files, but I shared the files for free, and then people were interested in them. I thought, you know what, I can design something better. So that's why I started designing some of these face mask straps, which basically they keep your the straps from rubbing into the back of your ear for people that work as nurses and doctors for 12, 14 hours a day. And while I was learning and working on that, I was also doing the Star Wars stuff, and people were actually really excited about the Star Wars stuff. So I just started throwing some of it on there.
So Benjamin, is Boscar a play on Beskar?
No. So Boscar is actually a town in England. I have not been there, but we've been to England a number of times. And I was looking for a simple 2-syllable word, and you'd be shocked how many of them are taken. And funny enough, I just was finding some interesting names. We're big fans of like one. There's a number of different companies that have a really interesting like old English type feel. So I was looking for something like that, and I liked it. And our last name is Bowman, so it started with Bow. And
I mean, it's one of those where you want to start a business, but it takes a year to pick a name, and it takes a year to pick a font.
Yeah.
So
I imagine picking a business name is harder than trying to pick a tag name for gaming or something.
And you had to find a .com that was available in all the social media, and something simple and not difficult to pronounce, difficult to spell. Yeah.
So here's. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
So here's the store, and it's funny story is I actually bought this stand.
Yeah, I may need to get that.
And
we were already watching your show, and you ordered the stand, and I saw the order came in, and it said Eben, and I was like, Eben isn't a really common name, and I messaged. I said, "Is this Eben the creator?"
Collector. It's collector.
The collector.
Sorry.
Yeah, Eben the creator is God.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
I think he's German.
Well, I don't know. He does host the show, so.
So yeah, I thought that was funny. I got the message, and I was like, "Oh, wait a minute!"
And what's funny too is the original ear saver to the right of it, which is the acrylic one. See, there's a pair of those right there. The ones I sell, I don't put anything on there, but the original ones I donated, I made a whole bunch in acrylic and donated them to the firefighters and police departments and everybody that could use them.
Cool.
That's awesome, man.
But originally, I thought it was funny. You can't see it in the movie, but I'm also a huge fan of Alien. And on the side of the med pod from Prometheus, it said Wayland Medical. So the ones that I donated all are stamped Wayland Medical, and my wife, Robin, had the genius idea of calling it the face mask hugger. So as kind of a play on Alien. So
go Robin. Nice.
Yeah, so that was a genius idea. So I gave a whole bunch away of those, and then at the beginning of the pandemic, acrylic was really hard to find because everyone needed face shields and everything. So I started making them out of wood because that's all I could get. So we lasered them out of Luan, which is a common, thin wood, easy to
in
obtain.
the mahogany
cheap.
family.
Yeah. And we also used them for walls building sets for photo studios. So I was familiar with it. So I started just making them and just lasering them, and anybody that wanted some, I'd give them a bag of 20 or 30 of them for their department or, so it was just kind of fun. And then I started making other stuff. A lot of this I wanted them for myself, and I started making for myself.
Yeah,
and
what happens is I asked for it, and then he buys $1 billion in acrylic and starts.
It's like a pass. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
The acrylic actually hasn't been
acrylic costs more than the lightsaber because that's like a.
Yeah, the acrylic hasn't been as expensive as the other materials I work with that are really expensive. But this has been kind of a fun project.
Yeah, but looking at the price here, that's totally reasonable for what
Yeah,
you're doing.
I'm not making that much off of it, but it's fun because that's free shipping too.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah,
so I love this one right here.
That's gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay, so that one took about a week of digital calipers and trial and error, and it took a lot of work. And even on that, even though acrylic isn't ridiculously expensive, it was still hard to find. Now you can get it, no problem. So I was doing it out of prototyping in cardboard and things to get them closer and closer. And then I started doing the last prototypes in acrylic.
He'd have like a breakthrough, and he'd run out in the living room and set it all up. It's great.
So this is actually for the Corbanth lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
So you see the two center pieces don't come apart.
Right.
But since then, I've purchased the much more accurate
Roman props.
I have to tweak and redesign everything because it changes enough that it's a lot more accurate. The Roman props will come apart into one more piece. Right. So the one in the middle comes apart. And what's also really cool about the Roman props, if you have the weathered static hilt or just the static hilt in general, it's actually machined off of the original found parts lightsaber. So even if you're someone who has $8,000 to $10,000 invested in a found parts Obi-Wan hilt.
No, I'm good, but thanks.
Well, but if you are, then I'm soon going to be coming out with a revised version of this with extra supports to hold the pieces and precisely measured for the Roman props version. And then it'll work with Roman props or a found parts hilt.
Wow.
It took him forever because unlike we couldn't find any like that, but they're perfectly level. You can check it 10 different ways.
Yeah, I'm really, really picky because so many of them I was seeing they were, slightly crooked or anything like that. So
you are doing a Roman props one, or you got to use?
I will be very soon. Yeah, I just got swamped with some other projects.
It's hard. I think he has hundreds of ideas, and we'll pick one and be like, okay, we're doing this one. But it will when we get it on there, we'll let everybody know.
I mean, as cool as this is, I wanted one for myself, and I put it on here maybe 5 months ago. I think I've only sold one of this particular model, so it's not like a really quick return investment. I'm not getting rich off of this, but I really just wanted one for myself, and I thought, well, if I'm going to go to all that much trouble and then photograph it really well, then I might as well offer it in case somebody else out there wants a really cool one too.
The pictures are everything. Sorry, but the pictures are everything, and because you've got a photography background and that's what you do for a profession, it makes the product just come to this is what you're getting, because it's so funny to watch people when they take a photo of something that they're selling, even on Mercari or eBay, and it looks horrible.
Yeah,
and it's a good product. It's just because they don't know how to take a picture.
Well, sometime or maybe on another show, whenever, I wouldn't mind if you ever wanted to do a video on how to photograph your props, because
dude, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I have really expensive lights and everything. And I'll tell you, the lens that these are shot with, I have a couple of lenses. They're both like $2,300 a piece. Jeez. But I can get you 95% of the way there with a $200 to $300 lens. And I told you about one of them before the beginning of the show that I love, and it's a $250 lens. Mm-hmm. These shots were actually taken with natural light, with some Lee filter material between the sunlight and the worktop. I have a rolling butcher block table that I use for all these shots, so I can move it around the studio.
It's actually an old, it used to be a gurney. I think it came from an estate sale or something, but it's
it's gurney legs with a giant butcher block top on top.
Wow.
And then the boards, that's actually flooring that is just, nice German made, but, synthetic flooring, wood synthetic flooring that I pop them on for different shots. So this is like wood flooring. Then I also have some that are Shisugi-ban fire torched, like ash. So I have some of my photos that are taken on a really black background. So I just change different, materials and take different photos. So yeah, I could always tell you guys.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of interest for that. Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But so that is the blaster that we use for our Imperial officer costume.
Nice.
So
that was filament.
Scott, you didn't push your button.
Huh?
You didn't
Scott's
push your
asleep.
costume button.
Yeah. What did I do?
Your OnlyFans drink's not working.
Oh, jeez. I'm totally sleeping. I was paying attention to Jeff typing. I kept muting him.
Sorry, my keyboard's loud.
So
yeah, so let's so for everybody in the chat, if you want to visit the Bose Cars store on Etsy, it's in the description. So check it out. A lot of cool things on there.
And even at the same price, like most of my lightsaber stands are $39 free shipping. People message me all the time and say, hey, look, can you make one for a custom lightsaber? And I've even done them instead of the supports upright being glued in place. I can do them pressure fit. And I've done it before where I've sent someone, if you have digital calipers, I can do it with a little bit of coaching over messages, or somebody wasn't sure exactly. So I sent him like 3 sets of supports with varying different heights so that he could tweak with them and pop them and interchange them and get them to sit level instead of them being glued permanently in place. So I'm happy to work with people. It's a lot of fun.
I might hit you up. I just got a resin Boba Fett blaster.
The EE3?
Or but it's heavy and it will sit on its own just on the butt of the pistol. But the problem is, man, I get a cat up there or something. If that thing... It's going. It needs at least something, And
if you're someone that trusts me, then you can always send me your blaster if it's something you can't. Yeah. But I can always spend more time on it and do it precisely in hand. It depends on what it is, how complicated certain things are. But obviously, I hate people sending me expensive stuff if they don't know and trust me.
I totally trust you. I was kidding. But yeah, I think the thing is it's the weight of it because it's resin. But I'll talk to you on the side about it.
Oh, hey,
I think with
that's
2
cool.
little things, it would probably do it. Yeah,
that's funny.
That's cool.
Because I didn't know Eben didn't know me. He just ordered it and thought it was really cool, and I reached out to him.
We've meant to put more things on there. Just everything with him has to be perfect, so it just does take a long time.
Yeah. So that means keep checking back because things will be added. I'm
sure.
Well,
we'll also post. We'll post on our accounts.
And I kind of rushed sending you some things that I didn't have done. So I hope to have most of those things on there, like the coasters. These are the new coasters that are made out of that Hypalon. Well, it's not Hypalon. It's a neoprene coated Kevlar. And the cool thing about this is since it's flexible, but it's also neoprene. So like I showed, for example, if you put like a glass, even on an angle, it...
What?
Okay, he
believes whereas without that, just a
more.
little bit, and it slides. So,
well, that's handy about 5 drinks in.
Yeah,
right.
But can you drink upside down with it?
Yeah. And if you guys want to see something cool, well, I had it up. So I don't know if you guys are in film stuff. So I made a miniature apple box.
I love that. That's awesome.
Okay, so a really cool story behind this. I don't know if you guys have heard of a guy named Jon Favreau.
Oh yeah,
but,
no.
Yeah. So he does a really cool cooking show called The Chef Show, and because he was in a movie called Chef a few years back. Really cool show, but I saw in the background of one of his desks on his set, he has one of these in natural wood, and they're commonly either wood or painted black. So this is an exact scaled down laser cut version, even with the inside baffle in the middle, which is really cool. So this is off of a Matthews apple box. So
That's
I made
so
one
cool.
to exact spec for my desk, and I thought it was a cool project. The last Comic-Con that we went to wasn't Comic-Con, but the one in Dallas. Adam Savage was going to be there, and I thought, okay, that would be really cool. He would appreciate it. So I actually made him one as just a lay flat kit that he could build. And we got to talk with him for about 15 or 20 minutes. It was a lot of fun. He was a super nice guy.
We had press passes, but we were also trooping, and I think that was why he let us talk to him for so long.
But I gave him one of these among several other things, and it was really cool. And what's so funny is this was about maybe 6 months ago, like 2 or 3 months ago. He didn't build mine, but Adam Savage did a video where he decided to build which suspiciously looked exactly like this. He decided to scale down and build as like a one-day build a miniature apple box. So he did it and machined it on his new lathe and all that. So it was just kind of funny.
So you need to make in the same scale a little C stand to go with it.
Well, actually, Matthews makes a C stand, and Adam Savage got one, and it's $150.
Yeah, I'm talking about a little one, like this big.
Oh, well, it is. It's a 6-inch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really?
It's still like $150.
Yeah, it's $150 for a Matthews branded miniature tabletop C stand.
Dang.
But
yeah, I think this one's a Kupo, and I think I spent, I don't know, $180 for the whole thing.
Yeah. I have. I actually got a bunch of rentals. I have like 8 or 10 C stands. Like half of them are Matthews. The other half are I can't remember. But I have like 4 Matthews and.
I don't know what my brand.
Let's see if our.
You had, sorry.
Let's see. I was gonna say, let's see if our audience or anybody knows what C in C stand stands for.
Okay, I won't tell them. Well, they'll look it up.
Well, I just realized that we've had the photo up and we didn't explain it. We purchased a while back the print files for the Mr. Paul Shore Trooper builds, and we bought the Creality CR10 Max to start doing that. And we gave it a break right after the back plate of that failed.
Like the second or
it was
third
like a
fail.
10-day, and we were a little bit tired of that. But
I was just getting frustrated, and I thought, okay, I need to get back to some other creative things and focus on some of these business stuff instead of focusing 80% of my waking hours on 3D printing.
The reason we bought the RS Scout was because we're literally still working on this.
So I still need to get back to this, and I will as soon as I get caught up on some of my other stuff and get a few of these things now up in my Etsy store now that everyone is interested. And then I can get back to spending some time on maybe the Shore Trooper build.
So out of curiosity, how do you guys like the RS Scout?
It's awesome. The guys at RS are really, really awesome to work with. We got ours shipped just before the fire, the RS fire.
Oh,
I would tell Brian that even after like a year, we're still like, we took about a year off from printing because there's still stuff that we're like this.
Yeah, and then Brian, you can add me on Facebook or Instagram, and then we can chat about it.
Yeah, and I think Joel and Frankie, they do a lot of 3D printing too. So from your guys' experience, how long did it take you guys to learn?
I was printing within months, and I was also screaming at the printer within months. So I mean, it just kind of depends.
We've been married almost 12 years. The most angry at anything ever has been the printer. So if you can afford, I kid you not, if you can afford to buy a costume, do it, because at times it's not. Yeah, there you go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm really good at reverse engineering and figuring things out. I'm not a dumb person, but there were things about the 3D printer that were just odd, and I was like, okay, I'm going to spend. It was $1,000 for the large 3D filament printer, so I could print things in one piece. But the bed leveling was an issue, even with the built-in bed leveling. I thought, well, that's fine. I'll put down a sheet of glass, but then glass warps at different temperatures. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, so I wanted to tell Sean, because he's in there. The only thing to do with the printing that I am good at is sanding. That is the only thing.
We have very little sanding because most people are printing 2 or 3 times faster than us, but I'm printing them at 0.12 layer height with a 0.4 nozzle and going really, really slow. So that chest piece was a 14-day print, but it's smooth. And then I'm actually skim coating it with resin. So I'm sanding the resin. I'm not using like Bondo because Bondo is flaky. It's not high durability. So by the time you do all that work and then paint it, I don't want to worry about any of the Bondo chipping out along with the paint on top of it. So we're just using resin brushed on and then cured and then sanding on top of it.
And it cures a lot faster. I mean, it's pretty split second.
Yeah. So I have my office is like the bat cave. There's no natural light in there, so I can work in there whenever I want, and then I just have UV flashlights that you can set it almost instantly. It's awesome.
The problem with the resin right now is that sometimes
I wanted to smash one.
Yeah, the resin one. Some pieces, not even all of them, will warp after they're cured for absolutely no reason.
Or while curing. And I wasn't getting
fine.
cheap resin. The resin we were only using was the tenacious, all the stuff. That's all
Tenacious. The Soraya
Soraya. So we were only using Soraya, and some of the Soraya resins were $55, $60 a liter. I mean, it's not. Or not.
Yeah, I pay.
Is it a liter or a half liter?
For 5 kilograms, I pay 155 for the fast gray, but then I also mix it with the tenacious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I hope we're not too boring for you guys because we like.
Oh no!
No, I think
Well, I
there's
was
a
afraid
lot.
we'd be boring because we don't have the props right now that you guys are getting. So we've been making a lot of our own. I have some cool toys that most people don't, but I don't have a lot of the toys that you guys have. So it's just different.
You got cool toys, man. Like I wish I had the patience to do the 3D printing. I think I'll lose my mind.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Well, I do, but I mean, I was also setting alarms, and we were leaving our bedroom door open, and every time I was hearing it, any type of a noise, I'd jump up in the middle of the night, and it was just, it was too much.
It's fun when you get to make your own stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I bet.
Well, I think the 3D printing is also out there for a lot of people. A lot of people are interested in it, and they're trying to learn more about it and might make the investment. I mean, obviously, Frankie's learned a lot. You guys have learned a lot. And then there's other people. I mean, I've always been interested in it, too. I just don't know if I'm ready to go there because of the frustration, because of waking up in the middle of the night going, did it stop? What's going on?
It wasn't easy,
was the problem.
and I wasn't pushing on the speeds. I was going within the range that was manageable. We got an all metal hot end. I mean, it was a lot of work. I'm not planning on doing the sniper rifle for the Scout, but I'm going to be doing all the different blaster variants for the Shore Trooper, which is the next project.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to do the E11 and all of those. I do want to get every single blaster that Blaster Factory / Field Marshal makes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know Joel knocks things out in an hour. I don't know how he does that.
I have the printer because my mind is running all the time. So
yeah. Well, maybe another time I might hit you up on some things when I'm ready back into it to get back into it, because I think you can tell I'm not incapable of the understanding, but some of the problem solving was counterintuitive.
Yeah.
And it was just even though I was using
just think of how much your life would suck, Ben, if Robin wasn't into Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I get credit for wanting the props out in the middle of the house. Like I want to fill the house as much as possible.
Nice.
Well, I was able to buy the Biker Scout, but the next costume that I want is the Shore Trooper. I have to 3D print it. And she wants several costumes. One of them is she wants to be a Bo-Katan, and that involves 3D printing. Mm-hmm. And then she would also like the ICAT, which if you're not familiar with the terminology, that's the Imperial Combat Assault tank driver from Mandalorian.
Yeah,
but look at these photos, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
We did a tripod and we hit the button, except for whenever it was both of us, but I took the ones of him.
Yeah, she took the ones of me, I took the ones of her, and then the ones of two of us is either a timer or remote or wireless trigger.
Great photos.
Yeah, but those costumes.
Yes. So the top two photos, we're trying to decide next time we go on a cruise for formal night, and I always dress up. I have my own tux. I bring a tux on the cruise. But I'm trying to decide for formal nights on the cruise if we should go as matching Imperial officers or if it would be cooler for me to go as an Imperial officer and her in a red dress similar to the top.
Well,
yeah.
I don't like people I just don't like people looking at me ever. So I don't think I want to do that. But
Sounds like my daughter.
I don't want anybody like me ever.
Well, yeah.
So are these costumes from Anovos?
No. So these are essentially Wampa wear. But I made my own leather belts to the specs of the 501st of level 3. And we only have level 1 clearance, but I need to just reapprove. I need to get 2 new... I need to get
took it out or put it in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry. Easy.
Whoa.
What are we talking about?
That went south.
Only one tripod? Yeah. But no, I need to actually reapply and get, I think we both actually meet level 3 certifications.
Nice.
So, which is the highest screen level accuracy for the 501st of this costume.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's in depth.
I am glad that I didn't get approved when he did, because the first 10 things that we did, I could kind of watch how it goes, but also I got to see all the kids reacting, which usually you're pretty busy. So I just love it.
And the photo bottom right holding the blaster, it's intentionally a little bit pompous because I think that's what an Imperial officer would look like.
Agreed.
But I love the photo with the blaster. I'm too embarrassed to post it because it feels like people may not know it's intentionally tongue in cheek.
So this is the funny thing that if I wasn't freaking out still, I would tell a funny story. So Ben's mom, bless her heart, she lives next door. We do everything together, but she tells absolutely everyone that we troop.
She's more impressed to tell people that I'm a 501st than if I was a doctor.
Well, when he was on,
That's awesome.
when he was on volunteer fire, she did not tell that many people. But now that he's a stormtrooper, we're checking out at Walmart, and she goes to random people we do not know, and she says, "Do you know what Star Wars is? My son's a stormtrooper." And so we get to meet so many people that way. It's
that's funny.
That's awesome.
This is a dangerous time for you.
So I was in the military, and when I retired, I actually got some of the guys from the 501st to walk me as the official party. So I had some Imperial officers and a TK just walking me through, and the female Imperial officer was making all the facial reactions. It was awesome. And
we also want an RSTK soon.
Nice.
Because I love the classic TK.
I want a TK to put on a mannequin, full on in the house, but we'll get it in his size so he could potentially wear it. So.
Yeah, just don't do what Craig did, where you got to drill the butt and all that other stuff.
That's the first time I saw Craig online. I was like, that's who that is.
He's so awesome.
We saw these. Yeah. Ooh, what's this?
Okay, so I do all types of photography. Now, this isn't my best food photography, but for May 4th, a year ago, after we came home from Galaxy's Edge, I decided, hey, let's have some fun. Let's do some food photography inspired off of some of the food at Galaxy's Edge. Mm-hmm. So that's recreated some of the stuff as close as we could at home, using some of my coasters and some of the different stuff.
That was during the actual lockdown. We were so bored. I mean,
so I was posting.
Yeti's cool. You should sell those online.
Dude, those look cool,
so I only have the one, and a couple of people have asked for it. It's kind of cool to have the only one of something. But I have been wanting to consider doing some more personalized things for people, especially 501st or anyone else, that if they want to have the Imperial logo or different logos and have their TK number, name, number, all of that information in Arabic or in English, cool. English with Arabic below it, I'd be interested in doing that. It's a little bit harder because it's one-off, so you can't have 3 or 4 of them ready.
But we did spend more on the laser that has a rotary, so you can have a curved item. You could put it on bar glasses or anything.
We were looking at a laser in the $4,000 to $6,000 price range, and one of the things that it held back is it's a small surface area. It's water cooled, not as high resolution. It doesn't have a rotary, and it can only so it can't do round things, and it couldn't do anything over 2 inches tall. And I'm like, well, that's too limiting.
Yeah,
so
but
we ended up spending a lot more, and now we can do Yetis and all types of things that normally we wouldn't be able to do.
But it's like having names or certain things that are just you. That's cool. Like my wife's name is Janine. Janine. Can't find anything.
I added her on.
Oh, nice. Can't find anything with her name on it.
Yeah.
She was one of those kids that didn't get the little license plate for her bike or any of that type of stuff. So having something like that is cool.
So this is a funny story. I joke around. I have way too many Pelican cases. So even Pelican cases this size, I think I have 5 of them for everything when we travel or all my camera gear. And I joked at one point in time that I need another Pelican case. And Robin said, no, you have enough Pelican cases. And I waited a few days. I said, I really think, would you like a new coffee table? She said, you know what, that would be a good idea. And she came home and there's 2 Pelican cases with books and things on top of it. I said, voila, the new coffee table. So it's a funny joke. I didn't send you that photo. But what those are, the Pelican cases, now they're not all the same size. So different Pelican cases have different diameters. So it's taking a lot of work. But fortunately, I have lots of Pelican cases to figure that out. But they have drop-in inserts for data plates. So I'm laser cutting and engraving acrylic laser plates that are then cut and then sanded for the like a French cleat, if you will, on the side, to be able to slot in there with our TK numbers and information in English and Arabic.
Nice.
And I haven't done it yet, but one of the materials that I'm going to be working with, it's again just something else I need to break down and just order a bunch of. But there's materials that you laser through that are designed for laser engraving, and the top surface is one color and it reveals a secondary color underneath. So I want to start doing everything from wall panels and including data plates. And I want to start doing data plates and all different types of things for Pelican cases. So any case, even if you don't have a Pelican with this type of groove for one of these plates, and then have a data plate that you can just have an adhesive and stick it onto basically any luggage or case or bag or box.
Or
I don't know if I've seen an episode where you guys are so quiet. So I'm like,
we're just listening.
I think we're all interested. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, this is cool.
He likes what he likes to do is make things that are in universe. We don't want something as much. I'm unfortunately getting to be the same way, but we don't want stuff that says Star Wars on it because they wouldn't have that in universe.
Right.
So it's this kind of stuff.
So that's my idea of, you were a military guy. You know how they're issued like their 1911 Colt that's engraved and it goes in a commemorative box. I thought, okay, what if you were a Pathfinder and in Star Wars Extended Universe, the lore, the Pathfinders include both the Shore Trooper and the Biker Scout, which were my two favorite stormtroopers of all time. So the logo on there is the Imperial logo with the smaller logos for the Shore Trooper and the Scout. And it's basically for outstanding service. I wanted to get all cheeky and be like, for your outstanding service against the murder bear onslaught, but I didn't. I kept it really in universe and serious. But the cool thing is the watch, this is a cigar box.
Yeah.
And I did it very precisely so it's pressure fit the lid. So if I put something hard on the lid, like around the lip, and close it really quick, it pops out the insert and I can switch it back and forth. I really love watches. So if you're on my Instagram, you'll also see I also collect watches and photograph them. So I'll go back and forth between using it with a logo for one or two of my watches or Star Wars lid inserts for like my Star Wars blaster.
Scott, that would be cool for the Jedi remote.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah.
When you don't have it on the Trooper Trent stand, like if you don't want it on there, you can just kind of put it in the box.
That's the box that it sits in.
Oh,
yeah, with some wording.
And I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet, but if you're into video and photo stuff, these are, they make cheaper options. This is but these are those like LED light panels, those like mini panels.
Yeah. Which one's that?
This is the bowling, the vlogger. This one was like $150, $160, but you can get like really cheap ones. And then I just laser cut a diffuser to go on the front so you don't see the lights. So that's just a laser cut diffuser. And
is
that's
that
why
an RGB one or just one?
Yes. No, this is RGB. You can get some cheaper options now. But I really love this one. If you like video stuff, it has the extra arms and stuff that come out.
But if you I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I want to put this inside the box and in some of the different RGB settings, actually. So like there it is on red. But I want to do some really cool photos with this inside the box, illuminating something, either a blaster or something standing out of it.
Yeah.
I was just saying
this.
If you had a box already that you liked and gave him dimensions, he could do something, and then multiple, so you could swap them out.
If you guys don't mind having a set of digital calipers, which everyone should own anyway, they're like $12 or $15. If you give me precise measurements, I can laser something that would fit precisely. If you guys ever want something,
$8 at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, no, I mean you should have some. I have like 3 or 4 pairs.
Yep.
And that's a laser engraved cork. So I have a lot of cork coasters.
That's so cool though, because you see the helmet in it without question, and then the writing and everything. It's just awesome looking.
Yeah,
I have a request.
Yeah,
I'm a 1/6 scale guy, so how about some Rebel command screens?
So you have to tell me what those mean or what those are.
So like we're in the background in Rogue One, Erso's got the screens in the background, or
okay.
Means.
So he has a photo of it. You'll get to it in a minute. I better wait until you see the photo.
All right.
I will show you a little secret something now. If you want to go to my screen for a moment.
Yeah. I was fixated on the spork that was in the other picture.
Yeah.
Like, why is it spork?
I was too. I'm like, it's so different.
That is legitimately like just a random camping thing.
So my wallpaper. So when I tell you I get focused on something and it becomes like an obsession, so I move to the next thing. So this is my wallpaper on my phone.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, but here's what you haven't seen. Okay, you've probably never seen that. When you touch it on the lock screen.
Oh, come on.
You're my hero, dude. I have to have that. I have to have it.
So
you lost him for like a week.
So only one other person has a copy of this because I have to text it directly from my phone to another, because the only way to make this work is I got the file and
dude, that's
all right. So my
sick.
phone number is
no doubt, man.
He did the different screens for the Apple Watch, which is what you'll get to.
Yeah, and that's actually low resolution. I need to redo it in 4K with the output. So that's the output for an Apple Watch, and it's just stretched out over my screen.
Dang, I got a watch too. So my phone number is.
Okay, so this is just something. This is not Star Wars. I need to redo some of the different Star Wars things that I'm doing in like the Imperial Cog logo or things like that. But this is just a geometric design I made, but that's out of white leather. It's not Horween leather, but that's white leather. That's laser cut.
Cool. Frankie, that'll go nice with your outfit tonight.
That's hilarious.
With his costume?
Yeah, with his costume. That'll go nice.
Yeah.
My ears are pierced, sir.
Yeah, I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do with anything that he makes. He comes up with all this.
So there's the one. If you see the top, see how it has the Wayland medical logo, and FMH is what we started calling them. That's the face mask hugger. So I started giving them away, and then I uploaded the files online that said if anyone would like to, who has a laser cutter, donate them. I just asked that they not make a profit because I shared the files. And then people started making them or making some similar versions and making a profit. I'm like, well, if they're going to do it, I might as well do it myself. So I still donated a lot to anyone who wanted them. And I still offer them for, I think it's like a 10-pack for $10, which is not much.
Yeah, that's really cool of you, man. Very cool.
Yeah. But it was fun. And then you see in the bottom left, that's the laser running.
Well, when we had to, when he had to learn the laser, he needed to do something. So.
That was how
it was easier to learn making things that I really enjoyed, and it didn't get overwhelming like if you're just doing like boring things.
All I did was help. I helped pay for it. That's all I did.
Just looking at it kind of flashes me back to the 45 record pieces that you had to put in those little.
Oh yeah,
that's what it makes me think of for some
the big
reason.
black CDs.
This drink looks good.
The big black CDs. No, the small ones. Yes, the big black CDs. I guess with the big hole in it, and you had to go. Clink.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is coconut rum with a little bit of blue curacao.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I dig those things, man. Those
they're really, really cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was my special thing, but now I'm not drinking that stuff. So now I found like a tea or something that'll change. It's the same stuff they use to change the color of the blue milk at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I had told you I would do a couple things. The next person that will follow me on Instagram, I'll send them one of these coasters.
All right.
Damn.
So my Instagram
I'm way too slow to even try.
My Instagram is Benjamin Asher.
Okay.
Asher is my middle name, by the way. So it's BenjaminAsher. So the next person that follows me, I'll send him one.
Damn it. Damn it! I'm not
Can't
gonna
type
be able to
fast
get that
enough.
quick enough. I know. I can hear you.
Here, let me put it in
But by all
the.
means,
put it
anyone
in the
else that
chat.
would like to follow me is welcome too, because you'll
There you go,
see
it's
a
in the
lot of new
chat.
things I'm working on.
Follow.
So
Damn you! You
live
son of
stream, live stream always beats the YouTube channel.
Okay, so
Damn it.
I got Scott next.
Yeah.
So, wait, whoa, I'm sorry.
What?
J2SO beat you by 2 seconds.
Oh,
Jason.
So,
Jason finally wins something.
Kick him off. Kick him off.
This
I
is a
think-
dangerous time.
I think I get credit
Yours,
for
bounty hunter.
yeah.
I get credit for already having all of you on my account. So
Yay!
I will have to go and look because I think there's actually somebody else that beat you. So I need to look off camera and make sure I do
Help
it
with me.
fair.
Jason, I'm not sending you that radar. I'm kidding, bro.
So what's with the whiskey cubes here?
Okay,
Chance
so-
dice.
yeah, so those are sabak die.
Oh,
Cool.
So that's lasered onto, it's not granite, it's soapstone. So I actually have them here. So
Oh, that's cool.
You can freeze those up, right?
yeah, so they're just in the freezer and
Yeah,
They
just
did
grab
take-
grab
Oh,
some
good.
dice, throw it in the freezer,
that
and
is
throw it in your
awesome.
drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to sell some of those.
now
it
Benjamin,
takes about,
are you gonna put these on Etsy or?
I don't know if I'll put these on there.
Okay.
I haven't really decided.
we are capable of making them if somebody wants them.
They're very cool.
Yeah, those are cool.
We're we don't want to do too much where it's
Just
we
flood.
don't
gotta
want, we
be
don't
able to
like
keep up,
pushing.
yeah.
Well, we
No,
also don't
it's
like
the House of
pushing
Mouse.
the limits on
So-
anything ever. So.
Okay, so this was actually something that took longer than it should have, than I'd like to admit. But those are the shoes I wore to Galaxy's Edge. And I decided that the orange was a little bit too orange, and I thought it needed to be shoes that are in universe. So those are Arc'teryx. I don't know if you guys know what Arc'teryx is, but that is Arc'teryx in Arabish. So I laser cut basically shoelace inserts to fit in between. So I laced them in out of matching material so that when I went to Galaxy's Edge, and of course nobody noticed, but I knew they were there, so it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
I bet somebody looked down and was like, "Holy cow, look at that!"
I saw this post. That is killer.
Okay, so this is cool. It's a lot of backstory there. So Belstaff is a British-based company. They make motorcycle jackets. A couple of the people that model and are like ambassadors for the company. One of them is Beckham, but also was from Obi-Wan.
Ewan
McGregor is, and right after he did the prequels, he was actually on a show sponsored by Belstaff, wore Belstaff motorcycle jackets, and it was called The Long Way Around. And he went motorcycle trips right after he finished the prequel movies, like around Mongolia and Russia and all of that.
yeah.
And then,
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a series of them now.
yeah, The Long Way Down, and then we just watched The Long Way Up on
Long Way Up.
electric Harley Davidson motorcycles coming up
Yeah.
the entire continent. So it's one of those deep dives. You'd have to be someone who knew Star Wars, who knew Belstaff, would appreciate that. And I figured Ewan McGregor would actually think that this was cool. But if I ever see him, I'll have to show him that the jacket. So this is the jacket called the Gangster, which is a bit hard to find now, but the side panels have that.
It's very like Star Warsy looking, but I didn't want to wear it to Galaxy's Edge and be like, oh, not quite all the way.
You can't have some
covered it up.
crappy English on the side of it. So I laser cut and engraved her a patch and hand stitched. They're kind of expensive, so if you can find one of the jackets used, I'd encourage you to find a used one online. But I found one I didn't want to cut off the patch that there adds, obviously it takes away from the value. So that's laser cut and hand stitch. It's like a millimeter overhanging the original patch. So
Yeah,
that's why it's hand stitched, blind stitched
He
underneath.
stayed up to like, I don't know what, maybe he started at like 6:30. He stayed up, it was like 2:30, and he was still like, it's not perfect yet, So he like.
So that's my
hand
jacket on the
sewed one.
left in English, and then hers on the right in Arabish with the new aftermarket patch. So I'm not selling those because obviously I don't want to sell anything with Belstaff logos, but That's
It
just
used
something.
to be the only so he came out with a book too did the autobiography on it, but it used to be the only way that you could get Ewan McGregor's signature, because he would sign those books. He signed a bunch of books with the other guy that he did the tour with. Yeah,
and I can't remember what was his name.
I forget the guy's name, but they did a dual sign book.
The guy that had the accident in between to the
he almost got killed. Yep.
They did a dual sign book with the author or the guy that actually helped him write it.
That's really cool.
And it's a neat book. I mean, if anybody reads, it's a cool book.
Anybody read?
Yeah,
everybody does audiobooks.
It was a bit of a deep dive, but I thought if I explained it, you guys would appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
This isn't anything too special, but that's
this was one of the things I asked for.
Yeah, she wanted.
He did the design, of course, in Illustrator, and then he bought me some shadow boxes. But also, it looks cool.
So that's just laser cut paper with spacers, about a 1/4-inch spacer to give it some texture, some shadow.
Okay.
So that's just 2 sheets of paper. I was going to send you a couple of those so you could give them away or have them for yourself, and I just couldn't get them done in time because I had a busy week.
Another.
It's all good.
Exactly. I like pictures, Sean.
Yeah, pictures are good too.
Oh, this thing is nice, man.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
So I don't know. His family always jokes about like what we get for each other, what we buy for each other, but he always gets what he wants because he's always making crap like this for me. So,
well, you get some cool things too, right?
That's what I mean. It takes like a week to design something just because I'm like, please make a sign for my office,
I have a funny story about this because I understand the Velcro and stuff. So my mom, so whenever we went to like summer camp and Boy Scouts, right? So we had to wear our uniforms.
Yeah.
And she got tired of buying. She got tired of buying all the patches to sew on like multiple uniforms. So she thought this great idea. She was like, I'm gonna sew Velcro on, right? So Velcro on, and then you could like just swap your patches, right? As you kind of went through summer camp. And it's funny because like as soon as the kids figured out that you had Velcro on your uniform, it was just a big game.
Holy crap! Yeah.
It was just a big game. Like the whole time, it was like, all right, that's enough, guys.
So I have this jacket in 2 colors, and this one actually matched really well with the old Galaxy's Edge Imperial Officer's cap that was kind of sage green color.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also have the same jacket in gray. So when I went to Galaxy's Edge, I wore this jacket in all gray, and I kept having people because I had
they were asking him
constantly asking me where the bathrooms were.
And he's like, "I'm on vacation,"
because they thought I worked there. Because I was also wearing an Imperial rank badge, a rank bar on my chest, Imperial logo on the one side, and another in-universe.
Well, he was carrying the camera too, so they're like, "Will you take our photo?"
That's funny. I would have been like, "Rebel scum, go to the corner."
I love sage green, so it's good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, that one's actually their crocodile. Okay, so you were asking about the screens.
Ooh, that's where it came from.
So this, if you guys don't follow Blind LTD, you should. He has done all of the GUI interfaces and designs for all the recent Star Wars movies, all of the 007 movies, Batman movies.
Wow.
But amazing guy. I think he's London-based. But I follow him, and he posts some really cool behind-the-scenes stuff of some of the different displays he's done. So you can't really see that. That's the navigation display from the cockpit of the U-wing from Rogue One. And I love Rogue One. So I took the above photo, brought it into Photoshop, corrective perspective so it would be flat, then sent that over to Illustrator, then flattened it to the back, the layer, so that I could overlay it as a vector file. And then that's what's at the bottom is just sent onto my watch. And I had to put something on there. And we were in Batuu for the opening of Rise of the Resistance, which was also the middle of the first season of Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. So it says it's a navigational display. So in Arabic, top left, it says this is the way. So
nice.
I think it was leading me to blue milk at the time.
The real product of all of this was him walking around Batuu going, "Oh, what time is it?" The whole day. Just anything you just watch.
Oh, it was fun. Yeah, so I got some good photos in front of wall panels at Galaxy's Edge. And that's a better photo of my Yeti. So the interesting thing is I tried actually looking for there's some free files of both of those logos online. But when I brought them in, I won't just like, oh yeah, this is great, I'll use it, that's free. I brought it into Illustrator and I'd drop frames on, or not frames, but like rulers and lines on it to see if they were perfectly symmetrical, and they weren't. So I had to redesign both logos from scratch, from like a screen use reference, to make sure that they were exact and perfectly symmetrical. Even the Imperial cog, like everybody that does it, they take like a logo and they kind of like freehand draw over the Imperial cog, and I just couldn't do that. So what I basically did is I did one of them as a perfect overlay, flipped that to mirror it, and then I did a radius of like 6 of them around, so it's perfectly symmetrical, even the Imperial cog, because none of the free vector files for the Imperial logo have that.
We still don't know what's wrong with him, but he has to have it perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's some things being perfect, I get it, but other things should be a little off. That's what creates the interest, is it being just a little bit off with certain things. Yeah. But I get it with straight lines.
If they can make the Death Star, go back for 1 second, because if they can make the Death Star, they should know how to be able to make a symmetrical logo.
But you got to remember the Death Star wasn't perfectly round. It was almost, it had a little bit of oval to it.
So the top right, just so people know,
he's not going to sleep tonight. He's going to be like,
that logo. If you don't recognize it, that was in Rogue One. That's the logo for the Science Division, the Tarkin Initiative, which is Science Division that made the Death Star. So that says Tarkin Initiative, and in Arabic on the left, it's Tarkin Initiative and Project Stardust, because that is my commemorative coaster for the completion of the first Death Star.
Gotcha.
Super nerd.
Awesome, dude.
Super nerd.
So
yeah,
it's
but
a bit
we
of a
like
deep
that.
dive, but it's cool.
We like super nerd.
We had somebody stop us in the what's the area outside of Batu that you can go through, and there's like models and costumes.
Oh, she's talking about docking bay, or is it docking?
Launch bay. It's a launch bay.
Launch bay. It's been a couple of years since we were there. Somebody who stopped us to try, and he's like, I can read this, and he read the whole mug.
No, that was my patch.
No, he read the mug too.
So okay, so this is interesting. This would be interesting if anyone in the chat is 501st. So one of my friends that is an awesome guy and is a 501st shore trooper. Shore trooper is not a very mobile costume, and he needs help putting it on. And his voice box, which is made by Anchor, it's the common box that everybody uses for their voice amplifier in their helmets for 501st. It clips onto his thing, but every time he bent over to put on something of his armor, it'd fall off. And I drove home from that troop, and Robin was like, "You're being really quiet." I'm like, "I'm designing something in my head. I'm trying to solve the issue." So they also have like that little plastic clip on the back. It's really flimsy and it slides off. Mm-hmm. So if you look in the bottom left and bottom right, I decided to redesign it so that the pouch itself has a 2 straps that can be used as to flip it 90 degrees to mount it vertically. But when you're using the original plastic clip as on the bottom left, the second strap becomes a retaining strap so it doesn't fall off your belt.
Nice. I all of a sudden have an info commercial I'm seeing in my head. Does this ever happen
like
to
at
you?
2 in the morning.
Yes.
Like,
You
but I mean, I was
this.
just thinking about it. It's like, okay, so nobody's done this. And also, like, if your plastic clip breaks or if you lose it, you can't have it.
He needed one for his costumes. His costume.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So there's only like 3 of these. I have one. He has one. One other person. I think I've sold one. But it solved an important thing. So it took me like 2 days of prototyping.
Yeah. So what else is funny about that is we've worked from home 99% of the time together for over a decade. But legitimately, I will not see him for a couple of days when he gets an idea. He like stays in his room. So.
I know.
I just bring him food. Like I just drop it off. Like that's it.
That does sound like Joel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do know you're paying.
Slip food under the door.
All right. Okay, so this is also fun. So I told you I love Alien.
Yes.
So a lot of this stuff you never actually see in the films, but when the props go up for auction, either for like Prop Store of London or I can't remember. I think this came from Hero Prop. Not this exact thing, but those are LCB, I think Landing Bay, Lunar something Bay. So those are actual words printed on some of the storage containers that you can't see in the film, but they were printed on the props. So I thought, okay, it'd be really cool to have a Weyland-Yutani asset tag. So that's lasered onto a dog tag, and I have it on my camera bag. And it is funny. I'll be in line with that sling bag on my back, and somebody behind me will either chuckle or like, that's Alien, right? And it's like, yes, that's Alien. So there's only 2 of these. I have one, and it is also one of the things that I gave to Adam Savage because he is a huge Alien nerd also.
I was so excited to meet him. I knew if I cried that it would be a waste of the experience because I wouldn't remember anything at all. But his face lit up and he was smiling and laughing and making eye contact. And I'm like, I grew up watching Mythbusters, so that was like the best day of my life. Last summer.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. He was a super nice guy, a lot of fun to chat with. I if he was local, I'd love to have a beer with him again or have a beer with him.
I think he goes to Houston, the cons in Houston once in a while, so I think we'll try to see him again someday and see if he remembers or not. But
I like that he goes sometimes to the cons in like disguise.
Yes,
too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and he's worn he's worn one of the actual suits from Prometheus. So I also love movie props. I don't have any Star Wars actual screen use movie props because obviously, but I do have some actual movie props from Prometheus. Nice. So I have some of the set decals, data plates, which is why I love data plates for like my Pelican cases. So all of my stuff in like my workshop is either lasered for an Arabish or an asset tag or data recovery tag for Weyland Corp or Weyland-Yutani.
I think that's why we liked finding the groups because we would talk to people locally and they're like, we don't care about any of this.
I mean, like people kind of get bored of what we're doing. I think they hear
like, what do you mean you're buying
time?
Lightsabers? How many more are you going to get? Where are you going to put it? I'm like, everywhere. It's going to go everywhere.
So I don't think I've shared these photos. I think I've shared one of them or a different one, but it wasn't obvious. I didn't make it obvious that the logo was on there because I didn't want them to even know that it was something I was making. So I am going to have to throw these lightsaber disassembly mats online. The reason people use leather mats for like guns, like for a cleaning mat when they're disassembling and reassembling your gun, is because there's a certain amount of squishiness, I guess, to the leather, whatever you want to call. Yeah. So your parts don't roll off, and if you drop something, you don't dent something. So it's kind of fun for a lot of the photos I'm doing now. I'm even using the leather because leather has such a gorgeous texture to it, especially if it's really good, really nice leather. That hide bottom left is actually a hide that was like a scrap hide. They'd accidentally spilled wax all over it. And at first I was like, oh, that's going to be crap. But I actually made some personal mats out of it for myself. And they're my favorite mats with the different stains and things on it. So I only have a couple out of that.
Adam Savage has a really big leather mat like that he works on, so it's just it looks like crap.
So Adam Savage did
that's what makes it really cool.
A workshop mat that was like a 48-inch by like 24-inch, and he was also explaining like, oh my gosh, if you don't know, this is Horween. And I was like, thank you, someone knows.
Is that the one where he was doing the thermal detonator? Because I know he did it on one of those, and I also think watchmakers use mats like
I mean, right? Leather is awesome for all types of stuff, and it has such a cool patina. So this is a photo I've posted online, so you can see the logo in the bottom right, but it's out of focus because it's the focal plane, so it's not obvious where I got the mat, and nobody asked me about it, so I just kind of let it go. But that is one of the mats I made, one of the first ones.
We were trying not to post them too many places until we list them. We still haven't done that, but we will.
And if somebody wants something, they're always welcome to message me, and I'll be glad to make something for them. And as soon as I can, I'll get them posted. If somebody, I don't know how much interest.
Awesome, dude.
I don't even know how much interest there'll be, but I can make anything that they want.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other day he made an inset for something we layer like his watches on when he takes them off at the end of the day. Just something cool that looks expensive that.
This is about the size of a placemat. But I make them. I don't have one right here in front of me, but I have some that are about half the size. That's basically just the size of like your wallet, your phone, your keys, and your watch. And I mean, I'll have those for probably about $25, $29. So they'll be cheap, and that's considering it's made out of Horween, a hide, or technically like a half hide, so one side of a cow of some of the different leathers by Horween might be $200 to $300. So it's really expensive stuff. But it's really, really nice.
a lot of we're using some of it to pay bills, but a lot of it will go back into props to make more stands for, we want to get all the field marshal stuff.
The blasters.
And make stands for those for ourselves, and then also offer that.
So this is an interesting photo because the bag actually cost considerably more than the lightsaber.
Wow.
So that is the Roman props lightsaber.
MK1. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the static weathered hilt. So is that the MK1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was good at remembering the Corbanth ones, but I don't remember.
The Corbanth, again, confused because the Corbanth, we have 3 Obi-Wan hilts, and the Corbanths are called K4V2s, so it's then MK1. And
that's the same. So that's the same messenger bag model that they used in I Am Legend.
And at the beginning of the new Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight and Returns, that's what he was wearing in Mongolia. So it's actually, this is Belstaff also. So the same as that patch, the jackets with the patch that we did in Arabish. So it's a really hard to find, sought after bag.
When we got that hilt, we did this shoot because I begged for it. I was like, it's going to be sunset. Can you do it? And you did it.
That's so cool.
Thank you guys. No, we love these photos. And this is also that same spot in our kitchen. So there's no studio lighting here. This is just, if you see, there's actually a sphere or a cylinder of white to the side. That's actually a rolled up bit of filter material called Lee, L-E-E.
Oh, that's right here?
It's a diffuser, and it's actually just clamped up to the window. So that's basically just using natural light. Now, if you didn't want to spend the money on genuine Lee material, if you're not trying to keep it color accurate, one of the common things people do in studios is vellum, which is kind of like a papery type material. But you can do that as a really cheap diffuser for like $20. So yeah, we can have a whole series on behind the scenes of photos of taking the photos and doing
usually,
it with...
sorry.
No, that's right.
Usually with sunset light or just window light, you'll have an hour a day where it's just, no matter what you do to it, it's going to look really nice, which is what we get away with most of the time. As long as you remember that, then you're pretty good, even on the phone or something.
So far from, you're asking if those are radiation-free cylinders. So those are not replica dosimeters. Those are actual vintage radiation dosimeters. So you can look through them and it'll tell you the rads. So it's really cool. Those also came from Philoprops. Yeah. So Philoprops is awesome in Italy. He has an Etsy store. We bought a whole bunch of stuff from him. That photo of all of our Imperial officer stuff on top of the black leather mat was all Philoprops mostly. He has some replicas, and then he has replicas, but he has some originals until he sells out. And he actually sold them to production for Rogue One, Mando, and what was the other one? Solo.
I don't remember. I never remember. You're looking at me and I don't know.
I don't know if that's where they got the belts, like the buckles, but I know that that's where he supplied the code cylinders.
This is that gurney table that we went to do the Shisugi thing and make it black, like those boards that are on top of there. And we looked on the bottom and we're like, we can't fire this thing. This is real.
So that's ash floorboards that are sanded and basically blowtorched to be solid black, which is a Japanese technique, like 1,200 years old. But it
this guy right here
does not reflect any light. Correct. So it has a really ashy black, completely matte look. So I do a lot of. So that's for one of the watch photos. In fact, that's the watch that Robin is wearing right now. If you want to hold it up.
I'm too tired. I'm not tired. I'm too nervous to move. I'm trying not to move.
So Robin is wearing.
I'm tired too, but I'm also shaking still.
Robin is wearing a cool watch. That was actually it's a running watch. It's from
I don't think they can.
Yeah, you
it's
can't.
Not focused
see it.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
So that was actually from. It was one of the production used watches from Operation Finale.
Yeah,
not worn by, but in the same movie as Oscar Isaac.
No. This one was worn by.
Joel Olwen.
What's his name?
Joel Olwen.
No. Yeah, Alwyn.
Yeah.
Whatever, Joe Alwyn.
So the watch was worn by the character played by the actor who is
I don't. Anyway,
Taylor Swift's fiance.
It doesn't matter. What I was trying to get.
So Robin
at,
has a fun story behind one of her watches.
I watched the movie later.
not that one.
After I'd had the watch for a while, and I was like, "Dang it, he's one of the baddies!" Like I've gotta watch from one of the baddies.
Are we the baddies?
So what's this? Is this your studio in the house?
So that's actually where we're sitting, right to the right, and I won't show it to you right now because it's a mess. Everything behind us is kind of pushed over there.
There's a reason why you're facing this way.
But that's our studio in the house, and then up top is like where we take a lot of our small photos, prop photos, lightsaber photos, which is like the kitchen window on that rolling gurney table with various different backdrops as like floorboards and things.
Nice.
Yeah, we have.
It's everything, all of our food photos, watch photos. We have obviously soft boxes and lights and strobes, but a lot of times we prefer, whenever I can, just taking window light at sunset. We have really great light coming in. So
that is awesome.
I'll send you some links of some things you can try for like some beautiful window light. And honestly, you can get some amazing photos from like as little as like $150 lens, depending on which lens mount, what camera you use. But like the nifty 50 plastic fantastic is what they call them, the 50 mil 1.8 or 1.4 prime.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should have one, and it's like one of the cheapest lenses you can get. So
did you have anything else here?
I don't think so. Oh, we got through all the photos?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Awesome. I hope you guys liked it.
I
was afraid you'd be bored because we didn't have all the cool props.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Anybody else's face numb?
What are you trying to say, costume?
I'm finishing up my beer. I'm just switching to Jameson now. So.
Oh, dangerous. All right, so we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's do Joel's giveaway. Joe has a. You want to talk about it, Joe, real quick?
Well, I just put it out in an hour.
Oh, sweet.
That's what Michelle said.
Yeah.
Dude, that's badass.
Poor Michelle. I wish she could have.
Not here to defend herself.
Yeah, she's not feeling good.
Nice.
And it's
That's
signed.
cool, man.
So 1/6 scale.
Weak way.
Weak way.
Fix his
Skip
hair.
guard.
Fix his hair.
All right, so whoever's left in the chat or
It
online,
has
just
some Goonies vibes to it.
put something. Just put a comment in the chat, and it'll make you eligible for the. Oh, I see triple screen there. Yeah, I'll make you eligible for the giveaway. So all right, I'm gonna count. Let me share that screen real quick.
Scott.
What?
Quit copying me, man.
Right. Oh, did you? I was first. I was first.
That's not what mine shows.
Yeah, whatever. That's what mine shows.
Well, the giveaway tool doesn't lie.
240.
All right, so
I'm pulling for flex.
So I'm counting. Yeah, I'm pulling for flex too. All right, I'm counting from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Is it
4,
like golf?
3,
Do you
2,
have a
1.
handicap?
Stop
Good luck,
this
guys.
Here we
All
go.
you did is prove you didn't drink enough by counting backwards.
No,
Collector.
why does it do that? Why does it always stop
It's
right
that
at my
hang
name?
up that, yeah.
Yeah,
Congrats, Duck Collector.
the collector. Are you still in the chat? 24 hours to claim this.
No, 24 seconds.
24 seconds. You want to just want to keep it live?
And there's 40 seconds of lag, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, live.
Yeah. Let's do it live then. Now we're gonna have to play this game.
Yeah, let's do it live.
All right. So
Now you got to count backwards from 24.
I know. Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the timer to. I'm gonna wait for the timer to go to 40, and then I'll run it again.
Just
No
count
duck collector.
Count how many Guinness you've had.
Actually, what's so funny is on StreamYard, I'm going to change my my name on screen to Doug Collector,
Yeah, right.
and I'll claim it for him.
Not
Like
there.
Jeff's is all next.
So whoever's online, let's do something different. I'm gonna do.
Do like a hashtag or something.
Yeah. Let me see if. Oh shit.
He's gonna
No.
Well, this one.
Oh.
If it picks Scott, we have to redo it.
Oh,
with
if
the
it's
hashtag.
There we
Scott,
go.
I'll
There
laugh.
goes.
I stopped it. Yeah. All right, guys. So if you're online, I want everybody to do hashtag. What is it? Hashtag costume. Let's do that. Hashtag costume.
And
Make sure you spell it right.
And drink. You just said it twice.
Good luck, guys.
I'm spelling cost. Hey, you didn't give me no chance.
There you go. Just keep doing it.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody catch up because there's like a 30-second delay with
easy.
StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was starting to write
Custom.
custom.
Hashtag costume. Hashtag costume.
Hashtag costume.
Whoa. Started too early.
Yeah, you didn't have the
I
music
was
last
kind
time.
of
That's
enjoying
the
that,
problem.
though.
Yeah, we didn't have the music last time.
Hashtag
That's
costume,
right.
people.
That's why it failed.
We don't have music on the hyperdrive.
Need to get Scott there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott, what are you doing Sunday?
What am I doing
Hashtag
Sunday?
costume.
Nothing.
You want to come on?
Yes. You've only asked
Sweet.
me 2 times. We need to get you on. Then nobody contacts me.
I will send you the link, sir.
I am like a loser.
Scott, are you going to be at that dinner celebration?
Yes.
I'll see you.
Hashtag
That'd be
costume.
awesome.
Hashtag costume.
I'll have to be with you guys in spirit.
I see people like, all right, let's just do this. You guys had your chance. Did you guys in the chat too, or not in chat, in the lounge can hang out too and do it? Benjamin or Robin, did you guys put your name in there?
No, I don't want to give it to somebody that's been watching.
Okay, cool. Let's do.
Oh, now I feel bad for commenting.
No.
Hashtag costume. Let's see.
Well, when
That's an OT item, man.
Jose.
Congrats, Jose.
All
Congrats,
Nice.
Jose.
That worked out real well.
Congrats, bro.
Hell yeah.
and he's in there, so that's
Hey,
all.
you know what's
Jose,
funny about
claim
that?
it.
He wrote earlier, "Please be gone" when it was the other guy.
That's awesome. So Jose, if you're still in the chat, I'm giving this like 20 seconds because of the delay.
Better
Well-
claim it, Jose.
Claim it. Reach
The
out
first
to
The first
Joel.
time
Yes,
Robin and
let's
I
go.
were the first time Robin and I were both watching the show, I felt bad because I'm like, wait a minute, I feel bad because there's 2 of us, we've doubled our chances, and I'm like,
Get out of the
I don't
chat
want. I
now.
hope we don't win like watching the show, stealing it from
responded.
like.
It's all good, man. That's what it's for. I mean, the last couple contests that I've seen, people that are on the show have actually won.
Heck yeah.
It works that way sometimes, yeah.
No, that's awesome.
He did comment.
Yeah, he commented. He said, "Let's go."
Let's
Cool,
go.
cool.
Yeah, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, Jose. So reach out to Joel on Instagram. What is it? Joel.Hazy3?
Yeah, Joel.Hazy.3. HAASE.3.
Let me see if I can find it real quick and share it.
Who has number 1? Ozzy number 1.
He probably locked himself out twice.
Better contact him. Like, I want all the Hazies.
All right, Jose, there it is. So it's Joel.Hazy.3. Just send them your information, man. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Oh,
Congrats.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Joel, for that too.
I'm making his my final tauntaun for him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Oh, so I'll just add it with that. Actually, I'll ship this out right now.
There you go.
Monday.
Now we raffle off the Wampa. Yeah.
That's funny.
That one
No.
was cool.
Not cool. So we're at a little over 2 hours. Good show. We got a chance to meet the Bowmans. So
Absolutely.
This was
check
a
out the
lot of
Etsy
fun.
shop. Oh, glad you guys had fun. Yeah,
This was a lot of fun.
we even
Well,
had the
it
Raging
was-
Mando come in.
If I go
It
out and buy the video, if I do buy a video light, we're gonna have to be on again though.
Yeah.
Heck
Well,
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is, it's been interesting seeing how you do things, the work that you're doing, the stuff that you guys are into. I hope next time we'll also get a little bit more into the 501st stuff a little bit
Yeah,
farther.
the
You know what
trooping.
you had to do.
It's really fun. I mean, honestly, we've had excellent experiences with the 501st, and I know some garrisons people have different experiences.
Yeah.
Our garrison is awesome. We have a very nice garrison. Everyone's a lot of fun. There's they'll do armor parties, where they get together, and I'm probably
You could tell them about Angie, meeting Angie.
Angie Mayhew is in our
Oh, cool.
region of our garrison. So
Yeah.
the last time that I got to troop was it was October, I guess. October.
Yeah, she I didn't know who it was. She was hanging out at our table the whole time.
But no, it was really, really funny. She, it's but yeah, we get to do all kinds of fun stuff. And I mean, the 501st thing is really cool, especially if you're wanting to do some stuff. I mean, anyone who's on a bit of a budget and wants to do really cool stuff, there's 501st costumes you can get into. They don't have to be $2,000 armor setups or a $6,000 Boba Fett.
It would have to be for me.
So
you can get into some Imperial boots costumes, and those are pretty affordable.
Yeah, but I mean, and like especially like some of like the some of the Imperial jumpsuit type officers, like a black jumpsuit, like TIE reserves with a hat and things. There's some really good options for a couple $100.
Yeah,
and in the first year, getting to go to some of these really cool events. Some of the events will be like for a really cool outdoor symphony or indoor symphony orchestra. And it's oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes it'll be you plus one. So if one of two people in a couple go and troop for 2 hours, and then you get tickets to go watch the symphony afterwards for the two of you.
So I was
there's so much cool stuff, and it offsets the cost of of the armor or whatever costume.
I was going to say the advantage. I know there's rules, and some people have said, I can't do that, and it's not for me, and that's totally fine. I've seen the advantage if you're on a budget or if you're not really leaving your house that much and you want to make sure it's something really cool that you get in places for free, but also the actors will come hang out with you pretty much every time.
Yeah, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, we've gotten to get some really cool group photos with lots of cool people. I mean, like one of the guys that was really cool was John Morton. Mm-hmm. I thought he was an event organizer. I felt bad because he was coming up to 501st guys like, hey, do you guys need some water? Is there anything we can get for you? And he had like a card around his neck, and I thought he was one of the event organizers. And I went to the bathroom. I was doing something. He's like washing his hands. He said, hey, you guys got everything you need, right? You're like, is there anything? And I'm like, no, we're doing great.
Out of the bathroom and he goes,
do
you know who that was?
Yeah, and somebody's like,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
that's something about John Morton. I said, that's John Morton, because everyone else was like in the back room, like closed off for the signatures, and they did come out to get photos with us. But it's like, no, he was just like one of us and like coolest guy.
The one that's kept in touch the most is
Dominic Pace,
Gecko, the bounty hunter from Mandalorian.
Oh, wow.
He legitimately wants to actually be friends with everybady.
He is the nicest guy.
He sent
also
us video messages through Facebook and little recordings and stuff.
Yeah, he does have his first Lucasfilm licensed piece. It's a tiki glass. I can post it to you guys if you're interested. Mm-hmm. But he's really excited. But he has been so cool and has been providing information on the best he can as far as the costume development. Some people have been using his information. One person everyone's kind of donating to get him into a actual, as close to screen accurate costume of the bounty hunter he played in Mandalorian, and he's been wearing it to the comic events.
I think he's hoping that it'll help recast his character, and I'm not sure about
he's
that.
He's hoping for a comic book appearance and stuff like that. Very nice guy.
Everything about it.
Cool.
So, yeah. Some really cool people, and it's been a blast.
Well, Angie Mayhew hung out with us for the whole day and was giving him. She gave him a hug, and I. It was so funny because at first I didn't know who it was.
Angie Mayhew kissed my Biker Scout chest plate, so it's worth more now.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. Hey guys, so we're gonna wrap it up. The Bowmans, thank you so much for being on here tonight.
Mm-hmm. It was nice seeing everybody in the chat. It's almost surreal being on this side. So
it's freaky. I respect you guys for
Joe, thanks for the giveaway. Frankie, thanks for jumping in, and guys, thanks for being on. Nobody leave. We're gonna keep talking after this. So after we talked the other day, Benjamin, I created this exit just for you. So thank you, everybody on the chat. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
See you guys.